Good morning, everybody. I would like to begin by acknowledging that we are in Treaty 1 territory and the traditional homeland of the Métis Nation. My name is Carrie Linklater. I'm your chairperson today. I'm joined on the board today by Mr. Ivan Derlego on my left, Mr. Randy Viray on my far left. Our city assessor today is Nathan Kupfer, and our admin secretary is Huda Aziz. We will be hearing applications for revision of the assessment roll in accordance with the Municipal Assessment Act. The matters for which revision is requested have been described in each application, and we will limit discussion to those matters. The statements that applicants or the assessor make at this hearing are sworn testimony, and anyone speaking to the matters must be sworn in. Be advised that comparisons of assessments of properties are not considered evidence of market value by the board. The board is appointed annually by council and is independent of it and the city administration. It makes its decisions on the basis of the evidence provided at this hearing and issues a written order that will be mailed to all parties as soon as possible. Please note that the board's decisions with respect to an application may be appealed to the Manitoba Municipal Board if the matter pertains to assessed value or classification, or to the Court of Queen's Bench if the matter pertains to the application of exemptions from taxation. Should you wish to appeal, information on how to do so will be included with the board's order. With respect to the hearing process, I will confirm the matters to be addressed with each applicant following the swearing in. We will then have the assessor's testimony followed by questions that the other applicant may have, and then the applicant's testimony followed by questions. Each side will have an opportunity to summarize if they wish. Once all the evidence about an application has been brought forward, the applicant may leave. The process will repeat for each item on the docket today. The session will close after all the applications have been heard, and the board will deliberate in private and make its decisions. You will receive the order by registered mail as soon as possible. And as information, all public hearings are live streamed, recorded, and will be part of the public record. If I could ask if everybody could make sure their phones are turned off. And if anybody needs to leave for parking, that's fine, we'll wait for you. And first up on our docket is 305 Shaftesbury Boulevard. Would you like to swear in or?
Do you affirm the evidence? Please state your full name.
Nathan.
Do you affirm the evidence you're about to present is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Okay, thank you. You have the option to swear in the Bible or to affirm without it. You do?
I swear.
Perfect. Place your hand on the Bible and state your full name.
Bryce Malachus.
Do you swear the evidence you're about to present is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I swear.
Thank you. And do you have evidence you would like to share with the panel?
6 copies.
All right. Mr. Kupfer, whenever you're ready.
305 Shaftesbury Boulevard, parcel ID number 10004036000. It's in the Tuxedo neighborhood area. It's a one-story dwelling constructed in 2007, 3,170 square feet living area, with a full basement with basement finish, 1 full bathroom, 3 half bathrooms with showers. Home does have central air conditioning as well as 2 fireplaces, an attached multi-garage. Assessed lot size of 15,475 square feet with both a golf course and medium traffic influence. Comparables 1 through 3 are also in the Tuxedo area, while comparable 4 is in Old Tuxedo. All 4 are one-story dwellings, constructed between 1955 and 2014. Living area ranges from a low of 2,326 square feet to a high of 2,782 square feet. All have basements with basement finish. Comparable 1 is a part area because it had an addition put on a few years back that doesn't have basement under it. They all have basement finish. Bathrooms range from between about 2.5 to 4 bathrooms. All homes have central air. All homes have between 1 and 2 fireplaces. All the comparables have attached multi-garages. The lot sizes range from a low of 9,745 square feet to a high of 11,042 square feet. Time adjusted sale prices for these 4 comparables range from $1.178 million $600 to a high of $1.329 million $800, or a time adjusted sale price per square foot of $423.65 to a high of $561.87. The 2020 assessment for the subject property is currently set at $1.446 million, or assessed value per square foot of $456.15. Thank you.
Thank you. Do you have any questions of what the assessor has just presented? You'll have a chance to do your presentation.
Yeah, sure.
This is just questions
Yeah.
right now.
I noticed you'd include some comps into Old Tuxedo, as well as deeper into the Tuxedo area. In your assessment, are you considering the fact that Shaftesbury's on the edge of Tuxedo? It's really in a very high traffic area, I guess is another question I have, which I'll get to in a second. Based on the market analysis that we've done, we find from the agency we've talked to that there's a huge discrepancy between prices that, or homes that are deeper into the area as opposed to Shaftesbury, which is a very high traffic dense street. On that topic as well. So first question is, have you taken that into consideration? And 2, you mentioned that it's medium traffic listed. This is the second house off a major intersection, which is Corydon and Shaftesbury. It's not uncommon for traffic to build up well past the second house, 305 Shaftesbury, on an average day during rush hour traffic. So I'd like to contest
Sir,
it. Yep.
sorry, I'm just going to stop you there. We're getting into your presentation.
Yeah, no
You
problem.
can ask the question and he'll
Yeah.
answer it. Thank you.
So have you given any consideration to the location being on Shaftesbury? And 2, is there any consideration on the medium traffic that's stated?
The medium traffic influence does reduce our assessed values in our mass appraisal model that we use. I can't give you an exact figure. It'll vary depending on the value of the property itself and the location. I can tell you that heavy traffic influences are typically reserved for like Keniston, we're getting heavy trucks going down more so than just car traffic. So medium traffic I think seems appropriate given that it's one removed from the corner.
Okay, so just to that point, there is actually quite a few heavy trucks that use Shaftesbury as an entrance. There is some construction going on at Assiniboine Park right now. They use that as a main artery into the area, but we can pick that up during the presentation.
Questions?
Have you checked this place?
No, I haven't inspected the property.
Is there, how many comparables you have? You had 4,
Yes.
and these are all in Tuxedo, right?
With number 4 technically being an Old Tuxedo, yes, Grenfell's a little bit further away.
Okay, no further questions.
Question?
Just one. I noticed that as far as square footage is concerned, Shaftesbury is way over your comp, so was there nobody else in the area that?
I looked up and down Shaftesbury there. I wasn't able to find a comparable that had a similar, the lot was somewhat similar, but the house wasn't at all.
Yeah.
So I felt like these were better comparables. You're right in saying that these lots along Shaftesbury do have larger lots, about 50% bigger than you see through most of Tuxedo. You see most of the lots are about 10,000 square feet. This one's more like 15. And then obviously right across from it has the Tuxedo Golf Course and then Assembly Park just to the right. So it's, yes, I'm sure it gets some traffic, but it's also a pretty desirable lot in my opinion, given the location.
Can you speak up?
That's all I have.
So you didn't inspect the property.
Correct.
Do you have MLS listings for the comparables?
I do for Bauer, for Park, and for Calvin, and for Grenfell. Yes, I have MLS listings for all four.
Okay. Can I ask if you'd share them with the board?
Of course.
So comp 4, which is an old tuxedo,
Yeah.
would you say that's your least desirable comp?
Yes.
So out of the other 3, what are you putting your weight on?
Well, I wouldn't say we have an apples and apples comparable here. Again, because of the lot size, because of the age as well, being an infill property from 2007, sets it apart a bit, as well as the size of the lot and the location. So I wouldn't say that there's an exact comparable here. Because
Are you familiar with Shaftesbury Boulevard?
I am, yeah.
Okay. So when do you put on heavy traffic influence on residential?
I would say typically it would be when heavier vehicles are present in the area. Things like heavy trucks, like a trucking route or something like that, would be more appropriate, as well as something that's directly exposed to that route. Because the house is one room from the corner, I'm not surprised to see that it doesn't have a heavy traffic influence.
Okay. So the city is basing heavy traffic on trucks and not the amount of cars?
I'm saying that would be a big part of it, yes, because they cause more noise than a car would.
And your brief is all model driven?
Yep, these were all driven by the assessment model.
Okay. That's all my questions. Sir,
Hi.
give us your presentation.
Yeah, not a deep presentation here. The basis of our argument, we approached Lou Furlan, who's a respected real estate agent. We asked him what he would list the house for and what he would expect to get for it. He built a market analysis that he thought was fair at $1 million to $1,050,000. He's supplemented his recommendation with some comps. We look at definitely other properties on Shaftesbury as being heavy traffic. I know there's a bit of a discrepancy on what defines that, but I can assure you there's horns honking at all hours of the day into the evening. There are heavy trucks that come off McGilvery and they take McCreary Road all the way into the city, right onto Shaftesbury and Corden. So a lot of trucks coming in from that southwest corner of the city use this as a main artery to connect with the rest of the city. It does, from a traffic standpoint, it has gotten much worse in the last 5 to 10 years. It's become undesirable to that effect. I did list a table that we had done some of our own analysis on. This is right off the city's website of time-adjusted sales prices. What I want to point out is there's only, if you reference this page, which has all the comps that the city's working with, only about 10 of them are over $1 million.
Sorry, which page?
Sorry, the third page, or sorry, the
First page. is
fourth page of this
sales.
package, yeah, just shows the sales in the area. What we wanted to showcase is, of this list that the city has provided us, only 10 of them are actually over $1 million, that have sold for over $1 million. And those, half of them are on Park Boulevard, one of the most desired streets in Winnipeg. The other ones are deeper into Tuxedo and probably are a better representation of what it means to live in Tuxedo. Shaftesbury, being on this high-traffic corner, it isn't necessarily the desirable part of Tuxedo. And it's getting lumped in with properties that are on Park Boulevard and pricing near the high side of what some of these properties are going for. The prices, the assessed value of the house has just crept up over the years, and it's just gotten to a point where it seems completely out of whack with not just the neighborhood, but with what is a busy street that borders actually on Charleswood.
Thank you. Mr. Kupfer?
Showing a dollar sale here through Manitoba Land Titles with a sworn value of 1.415 million, just last year. Can you tell us a bit about that?
If it's not on the list that the city provided us, I can't. Is it on the list that I provided you?
Well, I mean, for your home, like a dollar transfer, and the sworn value is 1.415 million.
So it isn't my home. I'm representing a family member that
Okay.
couldn't be here today. And I can't speak to that. What I would imagine is the case is they were just working off of what the city assessed it at. It wasn't until we did a market analysis in the recent months leading up to this hearing that we realized how overvalued the property was. So based on looking into it, based on the possibility of selling the house, we determined that it's far over what we even realized.
So this 1.415 figure, you're not sure if it came from a bank, like an appraiser went out and did an inspection of the property, or if they just pulled a random number?
Yeah, unfortunately, I can't speak to that. Based on the number, I don't think it's random. It's probably just in line with what the city had it assessed at. And at that time, I can speak to the fact that we didn't realize how over-assessed the property actually was.
Okay. Can you just confirm, because you don't have dates with any of these, are these sales within a reference period, April 1, 2016 to April 1, 2018?
Yeah, all of these sales are right off the city's website.
Okay.
They're time adjusted to your assessment period, and I'm using the time adjusted figures that the city gave us.
Okay.
And these are all of your data set.
Looks like the majority of these support our assessment per square foot anyways. Do you know anything about this 40 Mountbatten sale? This looks like the low one for the square footage.
I don't. What I was trying to show you with these higher values is these are desired lots within the neighborhood. What we're trying to show you is that, and 5 on your list that we've hand selected are the most desired street arguably in the city, and that's just not what this lot is, being on Shaftesbury Boulevard.
You don't feel like being 50 feet away from the entrance to Assiniboine Park and across from a golf course is a desirable location for a tuxedo?
Not with the amount of traffic that we have. We have horns honking at all hours of the day. It's heavy construction vehicles are coming through there in the morning, first thing in the morning. Cars are lined up far past 305 Shaftesbury, and yeah, it is very undesirable to be on that corner.
Okay, any questions?
Thank you. Mr. Newbury?
Have you lived in this place?
I live near the place, actually next door, but yeah, it's a family member. I'm very familiar with the property.
You're saying that the value of the property is not the assessed value of the property?
No, as a matter of fact, I bought the house right next door at 301 Shaftesbury. It happens to be on your city list. I bought it for $620,000, and it's 3,330 square feet. So same size for more than half the cost of the property right next door.
Does the owner have any renovation of the house?
The house was rebuilt in 2007,
Okay.
Arguably, one of the things that we talked about with the agent when he was doing his market analysis is, now that the house is a decade old, it's not being considered new construction by home buyers that are looking into getting into the new housing market. The finishings that are demanded of a tuxedo home in that area, it's actually considered dated by the standards of new construction.
Since they rebuilt that, did they put any money, like did any improvement on the house?
Not that I'm aware of, no.
Okay, no further questions.
Thank you.
Yes, has there been any appraisals done on the property in the last year or so?
Just the one that Luke Furland with Page did, that I provided you, and he was very confident that this is in line with what we can expect to get.
The appraiser named the 1 million to 1,050,000
Yeah.
is a more realistic price.
He figured that's where we would list, and likely maybe even would take an offer that might be under that value if we couldn't sell. The property at 301 Shaftesbury sat on the market for 3 months because it was on such a heavy dense corner. The feedback from the agent was the fact that no one really wanted to be around that heavy of traffic. It's a double lane on Corden that leads into Shaftesbury in both directions. People are often speeding, trucks are coming through there, and they use it as a main artery to the city.
Okay, thank you.
Sir, did you bring this property before the board last time?
I did not.
No, the homeowner didn't?
Did not.
So this is your first appearance?
Absolutely. yes.
Okay. So you talked about this house being rebuilt in 2007?
2007?
Is it original foundation?
It is not, no.
Okay, so the whole house was scraped and a new one built?
Exactly.
Okay. What was the cost of that build?
I don't have the particulars on that.
Okay. And you are a resident next door?
I am, yes.
Okay. And I'm sorry, you said you bought your house for?
In 2017 for $620,000, and it is listed on the page, the next page.
Oh, right, on the
Yep.
sales book. What's the size of your lot?
17,000 and change, so it's actually a bigger lot.
Okay. And what was the year your house was built?
1973.
Okay.
It was actually built by a revered home builder, Hashimoto Homes. It's quite a desirably and well-built house. It's a rock-solid construction. It's as good as new construction, or better.
So built in 1973 though, have there been any updates done to it?
No.
Okay.
Well, I'm sorry, just cosmetic updates, nothing structural, but bathrooms have been updated, kitchen has been updated.
Okay. Thank you very much. Leave it with us.
Thanks. Appreciate your time.
Likewise. Thank you. Uh, 419 Boardroom.
You have the option to swear in on the Bible or to affirm without it.
I'll do it without it.
Please state your full name.
Erin Bergen.
And do you affirm the evidence you're about to present is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yeah.
Thank you. And do you have evidence you'd like to share now?
Sure. So we just bought this house, September, a year ago. We got our listing at the price that it was sold for.
And the 5 copies.
So, this is up here, and here I have to copy my
Boreham Boulevard, parcel ID number 1000-355-3300, in the Tuxedo neighborhood area. It's a two-story, single-family dwelling constructed in 1964, 3,384 square feet living area. It has a full basement with some basement finish, one full bathroom, 3 half bathrooms and a shower, central air conditioning, 3 fireplaces, an attached multi-garage, and an assessed lot size of 9,745 square feet. Comparables 1 through 3 are in the Tuxedo neighborhood as well, while comparable 4 is in Old Tuxedo. They are all two-story, single-family dwellings, constructed between 1926 and 1970. The living area ranges from a low of 2,832 square feet to a high of 3,246 square feet. Comparables 1 and 2 both have full basements, while 1 and 3 have full basements, while 2 and 4 are full part areas. Comparables 1 through 3 all have some basement finish, while number 4 does not. Bathrooms range from about 2 to 4 bathrooms. All have central air conditioning. Fireplaces range from 1 to 3, as you can see. Comparable 4 has an attached single garage, while the comparables 1 through 3 all have attached multi-garages similar to the subject. Comparable 4 also has a detached multi-garage. Lot sizes range from a low of 9,740 square feet to a high of 11,243 square feet. Time adjusted sale prices range from $751,500 to a high of $832,700. The time adjusted sale price per square foot ranging from a low of $241.32 to a high of $265.36. The subject property's 2020 assessment is at $814,000 or $240.54 per square foot. The owner has a post-reference sale, as you can see, in January of 2019 for $750,000. Thank you.
Thank you. Do you have any questions of the assessor?
I don't.
Mr. Beaver?
No question, thank you.
No questions.
So did you have a chance to inspect the property?
No, there was an MLS listing, so that's
Right.
what was reviewed.
Then I'm assuming you didn't inspect any of the comps?
Correct.
Right, you've got MLS listings for those?
Yes.
Looking at your comparison 4 on Girton, you would agree that's not the best, it's an Old Tuxedo?
Correct. I consider probably comparables 1 and 3 to be the closest.
Okay. Why not comp 2 on Kelvin?
Part area basement. Did I write down how big that basement is? 16. Could be fairly close. It doesn't say exactly how big the basement is, but it lists both a rec room and a media room and a utility room down there, which indicates that it's probably at least the majority of the size of the structure.
Okay. Can you read out some of the MLS listing on the subject property?
Subject property. This two-story has been meticulously maintained by the long-term owner over the last 47 years. Entering the room notice the beautiful floating staircase and sight lines to the main floor, including a wall of windows in the living room which overlook the beautiful backyard. The living room features a sliding door to the yard, hardwood floors under CWW, and a Tyndall stone fireplace. The study has parquets, wood feature walls, plus a wood fireplace with gas igniter. Grand formal dining room with bow window. The eating kitchen has double sinks overlooking the yard, tons of walnut cabinetry, double ovens, and a bar area. The powder room plus laundry room complete the main floor. The upstairs has 4 spacious bedrooms with hardwood floors, Renault 5-piece bathroom, and the master has an updated ensuite and large walk-in closet. The rec room features a retro wet bar, awesome billiards room, 2-piece bath, and a 3rd fireplace. This fantastic home is ready for its next family, a great opportunity to move into Tuxedo. Updates include 2 high-efficiency furnaces, hot water tank in 2015, 2 air conditioners in 2004.
Okay. What was the percentage increase in this area?
And market region 7, so 5.82% over 2 years.
Thank you. Would you like to give us your presentation?
Yeah, so just basically, we bought the house in January for $750. I also think as far as comparables go, just for your own knowledge, comparable one is literally the exact same house. It must be the same builder, it's identical, so that's a big comparable, otherwise I didn't look at the other ones. I think the listing is overstating how outdated the house is, because it is not updated at all. It's like walking into a time warp from 1963. So that is basically all I have to say about the house. So yeah, we paid $750 for it, so that is exactly what it was worth. Yeah.
Mr. Kupfer, would you like to explain post-sale reference?
So the 2020 assessment is derived from sales that we accumulate between April 1st, 2016 and April 1st, 2018. That's what we're supposed to be looking at to make our decision. Your sale will fall into our model for the next assessment cycle. In which case, yeah, we could definitely make the argument that we could look at a time-adjusted sale price for that. But as of right now, we're supposed to make our decision based on the comparables that we have between that reference period.
Okay, which is still quite, like, it's still, you valued it at quite a bit more than any of these comparables too. 814, and the closest comparable to that's 790.
Gross assessment, yes. If you look at the actual
Oh, okay,
assessment
yeah.
per square foot, it falls pretty well in range, I think.
Okay, well, you heard our argument.
Oh, fair enough, and you just bought the property, so you're right, that is a fairly good indication of the level of upgrades and improvements that are done to it. And
Yeah.
realtors definitely have a tendency to overstate
Yeah, it's
components
completely
of house
overstated,
values
it's
sometimes.
like literally a time warp.
I understand.
And in a year when we do a renovation, that this is all changed, it will be for sure valued at more, but at the moment, it is completely unrenovated.
Did you have any questions?
No questions. I just wanted to point out, I forgot to mention 504 Bauer also has a pool on the record, which might be
Right.
helping to up the value a little bit.
Okay. Mr. Gregory?
When did you move in?
We moved in February of 2018.
February 2018.
Yeah, February 2019.
Yeah.
2019.
We're not in the new year. Yeah, this
You
year.
haven't put any money in renovating
No.
and stuff? Okay, no further question.
So I gather you're asking for the value to be changed to your purchase price?
That would be nice, yeah. That's what we're asking. Yep.
Okay, thank you.
Just one question. In the MLS listing, it talked about the ensuite being updated.
Yeah, so that would have been maybe in the late 90s, early 2000s, so updated for sure, not from 1960s, but like the previous gentleman, like the realtors that come in 2007, and I would say probably early 2000s or late 90s would be the update.
Okay.
Like now, we'll renovate that.
Right, so it doesn't have quartz or granite or anything
No.
splashy
Well,
marble?
What would be, maybe old marble.
I've got a little photo out of here in the MLS.
Oh,
if you
okay,
want to
we'll
see.
have a look at it from the, and your kitchen is original, I think it mentioned
Yes,
walnut cabinets.
from 1963, and one of those ovens doesn't work, and of 4 burners, 2 don't work, so appliances don't work.
Okay, leave it with us.
Yep, thank you.
And 117 Aldershot Boulevard. Okay, come forward, sir.
swear the evidence you're about to present is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yeah,
Perfect. And do you have some evidence you would like to share with the panel?
just some scratchy notes, but,
And you didn't have 5 copies?
No.
No? Okay. Would you like me to make copies, or would you like to share one?
We can
You can share.
Oh, it's not the same thing. Okay, so it's just that, those 2 pages. Okay. Whenever you're ready.
117 Aldershot Boulevard, parcel ID number 1000-295-0200. Is in the Tuxedo neighborhood area, 1-story dwelling constructed in 1969, 1,910 square feet dwelling area. The home has a full basement with basement finish, 2 full bathrooms, 2 half bathrooms, 1 shower. The home has central air conditioning, 1 fireplace, an attached multi-garage, and an assessed lot size of 9,746 square feet. Comparables 1 through 4 are all in the Tuxedo area, all 1-story single-family dwellings, constructed between 1957 and 1964. The square footage ranges from a low of 1,710 to a high of 2,120. All have full basements with some basement finish. Bathrooms range from 2.5 up to 3. All have central air conditioning. All have between 1 and 2 fireplaces. All have attached multi-garages. Comparable 1 also has a detached garage with the attached garage. None have pools. The assessed lot size ranges from a low of 10,395 square feet to a high of 13,329 square feet. And the time-adjusted sale prices range from a low of $541,000 to a high of $826,700. And the time-adjusted sale price per square foot ranges from a low of $301.39 to a high of $397.60. Subject property's 2020 assessment is currently set at $610,000 or $319.37 per square foot. The owner attended the RAP program back in December of 2018. A member of our department went out and inspected the home, and the assessment was actually reduced from $626,000 to what it is currently at, $610,000. Thank you.
Thank you. Did you have any questions, sir?
yeah, the market, in the region went up 6% and we went up 10%. So I don't know why we went up that much. So if we would just went to 6% across the board, then we would be at 604. And then also if we could toss out the comp number 4, is I wouldn't even though it's a single-story dwelling, I wouldn't even call it the same thing. It's on a nice big pie lot with a beautiful parkette across the street. And unlike Shaftesbury, no one drives down that little widget of Lamont. You pretty much have the whole thing to yourself. And that would certainly skew the data a little bit that way.
What was the question?
Why are we using comp 4?
We're supposed to bring 3 to 4 comparables. This is the closest I
Yeah.
could find.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, is that
Okay.
all your questions?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Beaver?
Have you visited this place after that?
No, I haven't visited the property.
No?
No, not me personally. A member of the department went out and inspected it and took pictures, and they reviewed the photos back at the office.
When was that?
That was in November of 2018.
Okay, thank you.
No questions?
So, Mr. Kupfer, do you reviewed the photos?
Yes.
Yeah. Do you have copies for
I
us?
didn't bring copies, I'm sorry.
Okay. Can you verbally describe the condition?
So the notes made by the assessor who made the inspection says the interior seems in good condition. The exterior seems average besides one big crack. The garage has no access inside the house. Big crack on the side just happened 3 years ago. No water leaks. Furnace is 4 to 5 years old. Original hot water tank. Roof replaced 2005 to 2006. Patio door replaced in 2005. General maintenance, last repaint in the summer of 2018 for the entire house. The cupboards are original. The parking pad is sinking. Same with the hydrant since he moved in. That's all.
Okay, so kitchen and bathrooms are original then? I didn't hear anything about bathrooms.
Yeah, nothing was mentioned about the bathrooms, only that the kitchen cupboards were original.
Okay. Sir, give us your presentation.
Well, we're wondering why, given how much we've really not done so much to our house, why we're going up to 10%, and it seems the market region, across the region is 6%. And our house just seems to keep creeping up ahead of what we deem comparable with each assessment, so now it's like we really want to question this. Yeah.
Okay. Did you have any questions, Mr. Crawford?
Yeah, so I'm showing your 2016, 2017 assessment was 557, and then it increased to 570, so about a 2% and change increase in that assessment cycle. And now you're wondering why you may have gone up more so in this assessment cycle.
Yes,
Is that right? So I'm saying you
Yeah,
likely
we-
went up
quite a
less so.
leapfrog.
You likely went up less so than the average on the previous assessment
Mhm.
cycle. This assessment cycle, you went up more than the average. It appears to have balanced out in terms of an average.
I guess I'm still gonna ask why, why are we going up 10%?
Right, so we'll just ask questions. And
Yes,
we'll-
I'm sorry.
Yeah, no worries. Mr. DeRay, questions?
You've been living here since 2005, and have you renovated the place since then, or?
We had to replace carpet in the basement.
Okay.
There's just some water intrusion in one of the bedrooms, so that had to get yanked out. So that was replaced. The bathroom's repainted. We've had the roof done in '05 with that once we moved in. That's pretty much it. Caulk the crack, paint the deck.
Okay. Do you know your assessed value in 2018?
18. We were at 5. My assessed value here, hold on. $18 value, here you've got it 626. For the market value dated April 1st, 18. Is that the one you're looking at?
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah, that was 626.
That's not correct. That's what the original preview letter
Right.
stated,
Yes.
626.
Yeah, now
The
we're at
assessment-
610.
Yeah, the
That
2018
dropped to
assessment
610.
was 570,000.
Okay.
The 2018?
2018 and 19 was
19,
570.
570.
The preview letter went out at 626. He attended RAP, the property was reviewed, and the assessment was reduced to 610.
570.
To clarify.
How much are you looking at?
Well, I'd like to bring it in line with the 6%, so it's 604.
Okay, thank you.
Questions on
No,
So you've just done general maintenance on the home, basically, since you
Pretty
bought
much,
it?
yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, we haven't knocked walls out or.
right. And your kitchen is original?
Well, the one wall is, yes.
So sorry, the one wall?
Well, we had to get rid of like an island thing, so that was,
Oh, okay.
the rest of the stuff is hanging.
And your bathrooms are original?
Correct.
Okay. Thank you. Leave it with us.
Thank you.
I'm very sorry, I got a letter regarding 412 Cambridge.
Right?
And it said 9 AM. I have an elderly father who has an appointment, he's actually 109 years old. He's got an appointment at 11 o'clock, and just to get him to his doctor, I thought an hour would be possible. Is there any chance that this could be deferred to the next hearing?
No, they don't defer residential. I think you're up next.
I'm good for talking until 10:46, so she'd
Put
like
it on
to
the
go
sheet.
ahead.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that hard?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine if you'd like to come up. So we're gonna hear 412 Cambridge Street.
Oh, 412?
I'm so, thank you for your compliments, so kind.
Please swear on the test. Please state your full name.
Joyce Bateman.
And you swear the evidence you're about to present is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God. You have evidence you would like to share with us?
So who are we looking for?
412. 412
Oh,
Cambridge.
okay.
Well, thank you so much.
That's very, very kind.
I had no idea.
Okay, Mr. Cupfer, whenever you're ready.
412 Cambridge Street, subject ID number 120-314-98000. It's in the Crescentwood neighborhood area. It's a one-story dwelling constructed in 1942, 936 square feet, full basement with some basement finish, 2 full bathrooms, central air conditioning, detached single garage. It's on a 4,345 square foot lot with a medium traffic influence. Comparable 1 is also in the Crestwood neighborhood area, 1145 McMillan Avenue. It's a one-story dwelling constructed in 1946, 904 square feet, full basement with some basement finish, 1.5 bathrooms, central air conditioning, and again the detached single garage, similar lot size, 4,861 square feet. This one with a commercial adjacent influence. Comparables 2, 3, and 4, all in the North River Heights neighborhood area. They're all one-story single-family dwellings constructed between 1940 and 1944. Living sizes range from 864 square feet to 982 square feet. All have full basements with some basement finish, between 1.5 and 2 bathrooms. All have air conditioning. Comparable 3 has a fireplace. Comparables 3 and 4 both have detached single garages, similar to the subject, while comparable 2 has a detached multi-garage. Lot sizes range from 4,307 square feet to 4,822 square feet. For comparables 2 to 4. Time adjusted sale prices range from a low of $298,700 to a high of $326,700, or time adjusted sale price per square foot of $330.04 to a high of $376.39. The owner purchased the property, according to my records, in 2017 for $282,400, which would be time adjusted out to $289,200. The 2020 assessment is currently set at $290,000, or a total assessment per square foot of $309.83. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sir, could you repeat your time adjusted, because you don't have that on this piece of paper?
That's correct, yeah. $289,200.
289,500, and what was your sale price square foot?
The time adjusted sale price per square foot for your property, I calculated out to $308.97 per square foot.
And does that make sense relative to it being $303.41 at the time of purchase in June of 17?
That would make sense, yeah. So it would be the time adjusted sale price then divided by the square footage, yeah, to $308.97. Based on, again, market region 7, so 5.82% increase.
Right.
Yeah. Thank you.
Did you have any further questions?
Well, I just have one question. There's one full bath. You have it down as 2 full baths.
Yes.
So when there's just a shower
Mm-hmm.
and a toilet and a sink, does that count as a full?
No, we count that as a half bathroom
Okay,
with
then
shower.
we have a
So-
half.
So this would be amended to
So-
1 and 1 instead of 2.
Yeah, so,
One.
so
One,
that's,
yeah, one full bath with a half bath with the shower. It should be-
yeah. We do have a bathtub on the main floor there,
Okay.
but not in the basement.
Okay.
So, that's good. Okay.
How long you been living in this place?
Sorry, it's
Oh,
questions. to
oh,
the assessor.
questions here. Have you visited this place?
No, I was able to find an MLS listing from 2013 though, from the last time it sold, so that's my most recent information
Can I-
about its use.
Yeah, no question, thank you. Where's the-
No questions.
So Cambridge has been given a medium traffic,
Yes.
so does that influence your comps?
It influences the model value. It's definitely something to take into consideration when looking at comps. Yes, it's something that would need adjusting for.
So did the model take that into consideration?
Yes, the model would take medium traffic into consideration and reduce the assessment.
Would you agree that comps 2, 3, and 4, which are in North River Heights, are not the best comps to be using?
I'm glad you asked that. I actually looked into this because I thought it was strange that Cambridge was considered Crescentwood. And I saw that Cambridge is actually our dividing line between Crescentwood and North River
Right.
Heights. So the home directly across the street from you is North River Heights and you're technically Crescentwood. That's why I included a mixture of comparables of both. Because these three in Waterloo, Niagara, and Ash are closer in proximity than a lot of other houses that we would call Crescentwood that are actually way down, like on Dorchester and closer to Stafford and Harrow and down that way.
But would you not agree comp 1 is probably your best comparable?
At 1145 McMillan. It's definitely closest in proximity, close in age, close in range. Now that we know about the amended bathroom count, is just you'd be adding one shower to it. And a commercial adjacent influence and a medium traffic influence, I believe, would roughly equate in terms of negative influences for the property.
Thank you, that's all my questions. I'd like to give us your presentation.
Well, and very briefly, Madam Chair, thank you, Mrs. Aldershot. So thank you for correcting the bathroom situation. There is a significant traffic impact at that corner. That is a major artery to everything between Crescentwood and River Heights. I'm so appreciative of the fact that you mentioned comps 2, 3, and 4 are in very different situations. That's quiet, mid-street, North River Heights. This is not a quiet area. It's very, very, very high traffic area. And based on the purchase price, the only thing that has been done to this home since the purchase price was to fix the partial electrical problems. We have a bill for about $11,000 to fix, to bring the electrical up to code. Other than that, absolutely nothing has been done. So it just still seems unreasonable. Now, there was an administrative adjustment to the tax based on it being out of whack previously, but within this sales period, and I understand you're looking at between, is it 16 and 18 for this
Yes,
discussion?
April 1 to April 1, 2016 to 2018.
Yeah, so from 16 to 18, I mean, we purchased this home for $282,400 in June of 2017. And this assessment does not, it doesn't feel like it's congruent with the value of the home, the traffic of the area, and the condition. So you're very welcome to come and look at it if you want to. Because I think it's overvalued on this record.
Okay.
And that's all I want to say.
Thank
So,
you. Did you have any questions?
So there was no sales listing, nothing on MLS for the sale in 2017. Did you use a realtor or how did you?
Deborah Ann Kaminsky
Okay.
was the selling agent. So I can pop it here. Was the selling agent.
Okay.
And I don't, and the realtor we used was Roberta Weiss for the purchase.
Okay.
For the purchase. So,
So
you
there
said-
were realtors involved.
Okay, and the electrical issue, was it remaining knob and tube in the house, or what?
There was a little bit remaining, so.
Okay, so
yeah.
for insurance purposes, you have to get that removed and.
Yeah,
okay,
absolutely.
Brought up to code, okay,
Yeah.
and you said about 10,000?
The other, yeah, and the other thing we hauled out, there was a basement fireplace, and it wasn't safe.
Okay,
And that was removed and sealed, completely removed, because, yeah.
no other questions?
Thank you. Questions?
So you think your property value didn't increase?
Oh, no, not, like, well, I mean, other
Based
than
on your-
yeah, based on the market, based on the purchase and based on what has not been done. That's,
So you think the assessed value would be the same as your sale price?
well, I think it would be fair if you added in, you know, say 10 or whatever thousand, because we did improve some electrical pieces. We have
Yes.
done nothing else, absolutely nothing else.
Okay, thank you.
I was gonna ask the same questions, what number you're looking for?
Well, I think 292 would be very fair.
You're currently assessed at 200.
290.
You're at
290 right now.
290, sorry. So 290, hold on, I have this all written down on a piece of paper, sorry. You know what, just in view of the number of people waiting, it was a $6,000 reduction from what the city assessment was. And I do have this written down, but.
So
284?
284?
284?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, I have no questions, so leave it with us.
Thank you very much, and thank you very much.
Please state your full name. And do you swear the evidence you're about to present is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, the
Yes.
whole truth, God? Thank you. And do you have evidence you're looking for?
I do.
Whenever you're ready.
86 Aldershot Boulevard, parcel ID number 1000-293-8100. It's in the Tuxedo neighborhood area. It's a two-story single-family dwelling constructed in 1967, 2,884 square feet living area with a full part basement, with some basement finish, 2 full bathrooms, 2 half bathrooms, central air conditioning, 1 fireplace, an attached multi-garage, as well as an in-ground pool. An assessed lot size of 22,924 square feet. Comparables 1 through 3 are also in the Tuxedo area, comparable 4 being in Old Tuxedo. Comparables 1 and 2 are both two-story single-family dwellings as well, constructed in 1969 and 1967 respectively. 2,986 square feet and 2,731 square feet, both with full basements and basement finish. 2 full bathrooms and 1 half, and comparable 2 is 2 full bathrooms and 2 half bathrooms with a shower. Both have air conditioning. Comparable 2 has 2 fireplaces, and comparable 1 only has 1. Both have attached multi-garages. Neither have pools. Both are on lots approximately 9,700, 9,800 square feet. While comparable 2 has the community club rec building influence. Comparable 3 is a single story family dwelling. And comparable 4 is a 2.5 story dwelling. Constructed in 1966 and 1927 respectively, 1,702 square feet, 4,429 square feet. Comparable 3 has the full basement, while comparable 4 has a full part area. Comparable 3 has 2 full bathrooms, 3 half bathrooms, and a shower. While comparable 4 has 2 full bathrooms, 3 half bathrooms, and 2 showers. Comparable 3 has 2 fireplaces. Comparable 4 has 3. Comparable 3 has an attached multi-garage, as well as the in-ground pool, similar to the subject, while comparable 4 has the detached multi-garage and no pool. Both are on larger lots, similar to the subject, which is why they were selected, 20,276 square feet and 23,287 square feet with the park influence. Time adjusted sale prices range from a low of $525,200 to a high of $1.467 million. And time adjusted sale price per square foot ranging from $256.06 to a high of $331.23. Subject property's 2020 assessment is currently set at $842,000 or $291.96 per square feet. Thank you.
Thank you. Do you have any questions of the assessor?
No, I'm just, was surprised at how much it went up 11% last year. So,
Okay, that will be part of your presentation, but if you don't have questions, that's fine.
okay.
Mr. Veery?
No questions.
No questions.
Okay, so you didn't inspect the property?
No.
Can you tell me the last time this property was inspected?
I can tell you it's been some time since this property has been selected, as I have no notes about the inspections.
Okay. Do you know what the previous assessment was?
I do.
2018?
$758,000, so that's the large increase that the owner is mentioning.
758, okay. This is model driven?
It is model driven, there is no change to the property record.
Okay, comp 4 on park. I'm gonna say we'll ignore it.
Okay.
And, I guess Devonport for the lot size and, maybe Cuthbertson for the house size.
Yeah, I couldn't find something with a similar house and a similar lot, so you get two similar houses and two similar lots. I had to try and sort out the mess.
Right, right. Okay. Do you have MLS listings?
For comparable 1, comparable 2, comparable 3, and comparable 4, yes.
Okay, you can leave out 4.
Okay,
Sorry.
no problem.
Thank you. What was the increase again in this region? Did you say 5.8?
This one is, yes, also part of Market Region 7, so 5.82.
Sorry, 5.2?
5.82.
Thank you. Would you like to give us your presentation?
Sure. We've lived in the house for 20 years, over 20 years. When we first moved in, we did update the kitchen and 2 bathrooms. We've not done anything since. Some cosmetic painting. The house next door, which is bigger than ours, 2948 square feet, 16,000 was the lot. So a larger lot just sold in July for $725. It sat on the market for a bit, and they took a reduced price. So I don't know why it's gone up so much.
Thank you. Questions?
So you mentioned you guys did renovations when you first moved in about 20 years ago?
Yeah, updated, like just the cabinets, like we didn't knock down walls or do anything.
Okay, is the pool still in use? Do you guys still use it?
Yes, well,
Okay.
it's there, but we don't use it, but it is there,
It's there, but you
yes.
don't use it. Okay, good. Okay. So the addition that was put onto the house, that would have been done by the previous owners?
Yeah.
Okay,
I don't even know anything about that.
okay, okay. That's the reason it's showing as a full part area basement. There's no basement under, there's
Oh, right, there's a little sunroom.
That's what it is, yeah, about
Yes.
300 square feet, and there's no basement under that. That's why
Right.
it's a full part area on our comp sheet.
Yeah, that
Okay.
was done by the previous, or couple of previous owners, yeah.
Okay, just wanted to clarify. Thank you.
May feel like our house is almost due for another, like another update in the kitchen. That's how old it's getting, like the cabinets are peeling, and so.
Questions?
You're saying there's a 11% increase based on the new assessment roll? How much are you looking at?
Well, I think the house next door sold for $725. I think that's I mean, was $750.
And it's bigger square footage on that?
It is bigger square footage. I think it's 2948, so slightly bigger.
Okay, thank you.
Questions?
No questions.
Sorry, so the house next door that just sold in 2019?
82 Aldershot was the
Yeah.
number, yeah.
So that's a post-reference sale.
Oh, okay, okay.
But back to your your house. So you did the kitchen and the bathrooms 20 years ago?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Um,
26 years ago.
And can you describe it? Did you use quartz or marble or hardwood floors, or did you?
Granite countertop in the kitchen and one bathroom, but it's chipping. There's several chips in it, after 20 years. And that's it, like nothing fancy for cabinets, just melamine or whatever it was. Yeah,
Okay.
and then
And your previous assessment was sitting at 758. So do you have a number?
well, I'd be happy with 758 if, since the house next door, I understand it's supposed to. I mean, I did look up some other ones, like 38 Exmouth, there was a few others that, the 2016, and they were all around 630, 695.
Okay. I'll leave it with us.
Okay.
Thank you. And thank you for allowing that lady to
Oh,
go ahead of you.
my pleasure.
Appreciate it. We are just going to take a 10-minute break. I'd like to call this meeting back to order. And we're at 310 Boardroom Boulevard.
If you could please stand. Oh, sure. You have the option to swear in on the Bible or to affirm.
That's fine.
Please state your full name.
Pamela Michelle Tennant.
And do you swear the evidence you're about to present is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Perfect. And do you have evidence you would like to share with the panel today?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have 5 copies?
She already did.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We're good to go. Whenever you're ready.
310 Boardroom Boulevard, parcel ID number 1000350500. It's a one-story, single-family dwelling constructed in 1958. 1,876 square feet of living area. It has a full basement with some basement finish, 1 full bathroom, 2 half bathrooms, and 1 shower. Home has central air conditioning as well as 2 fireplaces, an attached multi-garage, and an assessed lot size 10,395 square feet. Comparables 1 through 4 are also in the Tuxedo area, also single-story family dwellings. Constructed between 1957 and 1974. Living area ranging from a low of 1,710 square feet to a high of 1,886 square feet. All with full basements with some basement finish, bath counts similar to the subject. Central air conditioning, all have 2 fireplaces as well, with the exception of comp 4, which only has 1. All have attached multi-garages. Comparable 2 also has a detached garage. None have pools. All are fairly similar in lot size, the low there being 10,390 square feet and the high at 11,244 square feet. Time adjusted sale prices for the comparables range from a low of 582,300 to a high of 706,200, or a time adjusted sale price per square foot of $329.36 to a high of $397.60. 2020 assessment for the subject property is currently set at $611,000 or $325.69 per square foot. Thank you.
Thank you. Do you have any questions of the assessor?
Just first, I would like him to repeat, I didn't quite catch what he said, something about constructed between a particular date in 1974?
The 4 comparables are constructed between
Oh, okay.
1957 and 1974.
Okay, perfect, thank you. All right, thanks so much for your time this morning. My first question, have you inspected 310 Boardroom?
No.
No. Have you inspected any of the comp houses?
No, I'm relying on MLS listings, which I have for comparables 1, 2, and 4.
Okay. And I just would like to make note that the original list of comparables that was sent to me by the city has changed this morning, and I was just given that list this morning when I came in. So what you have in your brochure was based on what I was given by the city earlier on. That's it. Okay.
Mr. Beasley?
How long have you been living in this
Sorry,
property?
it's to the
Oh,
assessor.
to the assessor, yeah. So, no question, thank you.
No questions.
So, Mr. Kupfer, just wondering on comp 1, on Kelvin, it's 4 years newer than the subject property. It's it's only less than 100 square feet different. It's got a bigger lot size, yet you've got an adjusted sale price of $582.
Correct?
I'm just wondering why it's, like, don't you think that's an odd comp then to use because it's lower?
No, I don't think it's an odd comp to use. I think the time adjusted sale price per square foot aligns fairly well with our assessed value per square foot. The MLS listing for 415 Kelvin describes the home as also being largely original, similar to the subject. I would actually see it as our closest comparable.
Okay, perfect. And Boardroom, it's got an effective age of 1970.
Yes.
So it's got a time adjusted sale price of $680. So do you think that's a great comparable?
Given the proximity, the size of the house, and the date that it was built, yes, it's a pretty good comparable. Admittedly, yes, it's been improved beyond the level of the subject property.
And what about Folkestone?
Folkestone, I would say the same. Again, close in proximity, very close in size, very similar lots. It is superior to the subject in the level of improvements that it received prior to sale.
Yeah, because the effective age is 30 plus years difference.
Yep.
Can you tell me the last time this Boardroom was inspected?
I don't see any record of an inspection. The last contact, I believe, was for the 2012 RAT program, where I believe it was Pamela attended as well on behalf of her father, according to my notes.
Sorry, what was that for?
The 2012 RAT program, you would come back in 2011.
Oh,
That's my
right.
last note here from
Okay.
when we spoke with you.
Right. Okay.
Thank you, that's all my questions. If you'd like to proceed with your presentation.
Sure. Just to make note, this home is owned by my father. I have power of attorney. It was submitted to the city, and I also have a copy today if anyone would like to have a look at that. It's on record, it's fine. So 310 Boardroom, built in 1958, has had no renos, no kitchen, no pot lights, original cabinets, flooring, wiring, decor, kitchen, lighting, no exterior upgrades. The basement is only partially developed. This house is owned by my father, age 96, now in Deer Lodge due to declining physical health. My 72-year-old brother, who is somewhat dependent, is living in the home. We cannot renovate this house even if we wanted to at this point in time, as he could not tolerate it due to the stress. This home is being preserved for the estate. I have spoken to an expert with more than 30 years in real estate who says it would take a minimum of $150,000 to modernize 310 Boardroom.
Oh, okay.
I have more later.
This is your presentation.
Oh,
though.
okay. Do
So-
you want me to go
Yep.
through the houses
Proceed.
that have been comps?
Yep.
Okay. Well, my first question was, and it was previously mentioned here, the list that I received to do my comps originally that was sent to me by Patricia Bishop, and that was August 13th, is different than the list that I received this morning when I walked in the door. There was on the list 101 Mountbatten, that's gone. There was also on the list 308 Boardroom, which is gone, and that's a house that is right next door and is an exact replica, design-wise, of our house, which has been completely upgraded. Also, 315 Boardroom was dropped. So the addition of 58 Folkestone Boulevard, I have a question, why was it added as a comp as well?
Which one did you say was removed?
You
The Patricia sent?
101 Mountbatten was dropped. They're all in the brochure because I had them prepared. 308 Boardroom was dropped, which is right next door, same house, same plan.
101 Mount Mountain, I'm showing a sale date of 2015, so that wouldn't apply to this.
Well, that was on the list that
assessment
was
cycle.
sent to me through the city.
Okay.
That's why it's in my
And
information.
the other one you said was 308 Wareham?
Yeah,
That
again,
one's also got a sale date in 2015, so that's why I didn't select it.
okay, again, that was originally sent to me, that was my research.
Okay,
And the last one was 315 Wareham,
same thing,
same thing.
2015
So,
sale.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3 of them that were sent to me as comps when I requested them have now been dropped. So you'll see them in my information package. That's why they're there, because that's why I did my argument based on those prices and those comparables. But the question was, why was 58 Folkestone added? Was it size, location, or condition that it made you add it late in the game?
Yeah, so the comparables were selected again based on location, age they were constructed, size of the lot, size of the house. We're trying to find the closest we can. Typically, when I'm bringing forth comparables before the board like this, I'll try and select a range of homes from not so improved to highly improved, so that we know where the high end is, where the low end is, especially when we don't have a recent inspection of the home.
Okay, so Folkestone is an interesting comp because it was built in 1974. My house is 1958. Folkestone has had at least 140,000 in renos, including a 65K basement, plus an 80K kitchen. They've had new windows, roofing, baths, kitchen, new rec room, floors, appliances, gazebo, sunroom, pot lights, and walls have been blown open. So that is nowhere near 310 Boardroom. I don't have any pictures because it was just added today. The other ones that we had, the new list, 415 Kelvin, it's had upgrades, roof, furnace, air conditioner, windows, 2 staircases to the lower level, I don't know what that is, oak floors in the principal rooms. The 619 Tuxedo, again, as was mentioned previously, a time-adjusted price of $680,000, that's not even in our range. If you look online at 306 Wareham, it's got a new kitchen, a walk-in closet, ensuite, jet soaker tub, quartz counter, lower level completely redone, grantor counter ensuite, it's been blown apart and opened up, heated, oversized workshop, nothing of that is in my house. 10 Devonport, now that was built in 1966. It sold in 2015 for $385,000. Then it sold again in 2018 for $592,000. There was a major reno done on that, remembering that 310 Wareham is original condition, while 10 Davenport, a 215 sale, even had a 40,000K facelift in 1994, which was white kitchens and white baseboards. So those are the ones that are on your list today. You know, that's what I'm looking at, and we have done nothing. There has been nothing done to this house, and it's very evident by the pictures that you can see the condition that the house is in. I haven't put in cracks. The fireplaces that were mentioned, there are 2 fireplaces, they have never ever been used since my parents bought it 20-odd years ago. And there is also some perhaps doubt as to what condition the fireplaces are in, they've just been blocked off, they've never been used. So, and I think that's kind of about it. You know, in a nutshell, the data is showing that the owners are renovating their homes with 150K budgets to make them worth 600K, roughly. So my question is, what is an unrenovated home worth? Thank you. Yeah.
Questions?
So like I stated, I think 415 Kelvin is probably the closest comparable to your home as you've described it to me. The minor upgrades for this one include the roof. Your home, 310 Boardroom, was built in 1958. Does it still have the 1958 shingles? Still the original roof?
I believe so.
Okay. The furnace from 1958, that's original. or is it on a boiler?
They have a newer furnace, but it's about 10 years old,
Okay.
yeah.
Air conditioning unit, is that from 1958?
I don't know.
Okay, and all of the windows in the entire house
All original.
are original, okay.
All original lighting, all original windows, kitchen's completely original. You can see by the photographs, everything's original. The bathrooms haven't been touched.
How did the basement hold up over the weekend? Did you get any water?
Not that I've been told there was any water, so fingers crossed.
Okay. Okay, that's all my questions, thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Weaver?
Do you live in this place?
I do not. I live in Charleswood. My brother lives in this house. He's 72, and he does have some issues.
Okay.
The house is still in my dad's name, but like I said, we both have power of attorney for the house. And also, like I said, we're maintaining it for the estate. He's living there for the estate.
This is the first time you're appealing it?
Yes, it is.
Thank you.
And I have to say, it's the first time I'm appealing it because as a citizen, one expects that the city has things done correctly. And when a notice comes in my mailbox, I look at it and I think, okay, they must be correct. But when this one came in and it said $611,000, I just about fell on the floor and thought, no way will this ever reach this figure. And that's why I'm here today.
How much are you looking at on this, do you think?
I will may I paraphrase my realtor? My realtor, who is Roger Burns with Century 21, has written the fair market value for 310 Boardroom is $400,000 using City of Winnipeg assessment methodology and sales. Particular attention paid to costs made to comparable sales and the neglected sale in 2015 of 10 Devonport, sporting similar, if not better, upgrades to subject. And that's in your minutes.
Okay, no further question, thank you.
Okay?
Yeah, I just want to confirm, so you feel the correct would be 400 according to your notes there?
According to what Roger Burns, who's been a realtor since 1986 and knows tuxedo, that's what he's written on his notes, so I am going with what Roger Burns has said.
Okay, thanks.
What was your previous assessment for 2018?
For 2018, I didn't bring it with me. It was it was in the 500s.
568.
568, yeah.
Okay, leave it with us.
Good? Thank you. Thanks so much. Oh, I did want to say, I had a little wrap-up thing for you. Basically, just to summarize, I wish it was worth $611,000. It's not. We bought it 20 years ago. It was original then. It's original now. The homes you are using are each and every one renovated, about $150K beyond my home. So thanks for your time.
Okay. 513 Shaftesbury.
Yeah, can you swear on the Bible or different? Okay, perfect. Please state your full name.
Terry Gable.
Do you affirm the evidence you're about to present is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you. And do you have evidence you would like to share with the panel today?
Yeah, I have sort of a dangling as well. So I each get one of these.
513 Shaftesbury Boulevard, parcel ID number 10003968000. It's in the Tuxedo neighborhood area. 2-story, single-family dwelling constructed in 1968. 2,420 square feet living area with a full parked basement, with basement finish, 1 full bathroom, 2 half bathrooms, and a shower. Home has central air conditioning as well as 1 fireplace and an in-ground pool. Assessed lot size is 15,857 square feet with a medium traffic and school influence. Comparables 1 through 4 are all in the Tuxedo neighborhood area. Comparables 1 through 3 are all 2-story dwellings, while comparable 4 is a 4-level split. All 4 comparables are constructed between 1962 and 1967. The living area ranges from a low of 2,278 square feet to a high of 2,917 square feet. All have full basements with some basement finish, between 2 and 3.5 bathrooms. All homes have central air conditioning. All homes have at least 1 fireplace, while comp 3 has 2 and comp 4 has 3 fireplaces. All 4 comparables have an attached multi-garage, which the subject does not. And none of the comparables have pools. Assessed lot sizes for comparables 1 through 3 are all smaller, ranging from 9,713 square feet to 10,393 square feet. Comparable 4, as you can see, the home itself is a bit different, but the lot is quite similar, being 15,722 square feet, with the medium traffic influence, obviously also being on Shaftesbury. Time adjusted sale prices for these comparables range from a low of $621,300 to a high of $898,500, and time adjusted sale price per square foot ranging from $264.66 to a high of $308.02. The 2020 assessment for the subject property is currently set at $661,000 or $273.14 per square foot. Thank you.
Thank you. Do you have any questions?
I'll ask the same question. Did you personally inspect the property?
No, I haven't attended the property.
And did you with the others?
With the comparables?
Yeah.
No, just MLS listings.
So,
Any other questions?
no.
No? Okay, thank you. Mr. Dewey?
I see the comparable for, it's only the lot size that you're comparing at,
Yes.
right? I see that there's a big difference on the square footage in this.
And the type of home, that's right.
Okay, no further questions.
No questions from me.
Do you have the MLS listings on comps 1 through 3?
Comps 2 through 4, I do. Comp 1, there was no listing available, so I can give you 2 and 3 if you'd like
2
to see
and
them.
3, okay. So out of your comps 1 to 3, what are you thinking is the best comparable?
I think comparable 3 was upgraded to a higher degree than comparable 2 was. So we'll have to wait and hear from the appellant to hear a little bit more about the house. Obviously, both are inferior in the size of the lots, but fairly close in the size of the home. So to make our best judgment on that.
Okay.
But I think both time adjusted price per square foot are in a reasonable range considering the smaller lot size for both of those homes.
Okay. And you're acknowledging that comps 1 through 3 don't have the traffic influence?
Oh yes, yeah, none are on Shaftesbury, so none have any traffic influence.
Can you tell me the last time this home was inspected?
Again, it has been at least some time since the home was inspected. I don't have any inspection notes for this property.
Okay. Thank you. If you'd like to proceed?
Sure, I wrote a little letter and then I have additional items. So my appeal is based on 2 real estate evaluations, 2 property appraisals, a quotation for structural renovations, and comparable with my adjacent neighbors who are, I think, have superior properties that are listed as being lower in value than mine.
In assessed value?
There is that?
Yeah, from the assessed value. I've appended them.
Okay, just so you're aware, we don't look at assessed values.
Yes, but anyway, so the real estate, I've tagged the numbers for each one for you. So the first real estate evaluation is by Tracy McLaughlin, who works for Century 21 Bachman, who does a lot of real estate transactions in my neighborhood. You'll see that she stated it's either a tear down, and she felt I could get the value of the lot. So she assessed it at between $399 and $430. Secondly, I got a real estate evaluation by Carla Arneson from Remax. She felt that in the state the building is in now, it would get between $479 and $499. She primarily does her work in River Heights. She's a bit less experienced than Tracy McLaughlin. I have a property appraisal, a preliminary one by Deanna Holiday, who does a lot of assessments for the banks. And she appraised the building as being between $340,000 and $400,000. I have a full property appraisal report by David Martell, who states that the property is worth $455,000. I have a quotation from Sabre Industries for repairing the basement slab at $65,000. And then I did compare it with my neighbors because I do know my neighbors. One of the arguments I wish to make is that the place that I am on, Shaftesbury, is equally busy, except mine is even busier because I'm right across, my driveway is right directly across the street from the Mennonite University parking lot. So it's difficult to get in and out of my lot. I would like to make the following claims. The house has not been substantially renovated since 1968. There was some kind of leak in the house from previous owners, so they did replace the carpet in the upstairs, the carpet and the floor in the upstairs bedroom, the master bedroom and the master bathroom, but they have not, there's nothing else that has been renovated. In the 1980s, the pool was put in with a pool house and some landscaping. That has not been upkept, and I will be removing the pool. I don't use it. So the only other improvement would have been in the 1980s, high efficiency furnaces were put in. The air conditioning is original. Everything else is original in the house. Just to note that these real estate evaluations are full evaluations with comparables, as well as the property appraisals. When I bought the property, the previous owner had covered the basement floor in a kind of skiff of concrete. The concrete, where the Tuxedo is a notoriously difficult area with difficult soil, and so the concrete is all cracked, and I need to replace it. So that was something I didn't anticipate when I bought the property. I would claim it's difficult to say that this basement is either full or finished. It's got I think it's noted in that it's full partly, but it's also listed as being finished. It's hard to say it's finished when the floor is, the slab has dropped by as much as 1 foot, and it's all over the place. As I said, I think the place I'm situated on Shaftesbury is across from a parking lot, so I don't think that's very desirable. But I'd also note that the traffic on Shaftesbury has increased since the developments around IKEA have gone on. There's going to be increasing development. I think the area was meant to be, the street was meant to be a boulevard, but that didn't happen. So it can be very difficult and dangerous to back in and out. So I would note that, there are other things I have to update. I have to update the electrical panel. I have to redo landscaping. The soils have all shrunk. The driveway is from the 1980s. It's all cracking. There's something else I was gonna say, but I can't remember. Anyway, there is no garage, and so I feel that even though it's not supposed to count what our adjacent properties are worth, I find it incredible that they're evaluated as far less than mine when they have garages and much higher square footage. And they also, the one at least 511 has been completely renovated, so that's my case.
Thank you. Questions, Mr. Cuthbert?
So we have a lot of different estimates of value here from a lot of different parties. Have they all seen the house? They've all been inside of it?
They've all seen a house.
Okay. So the primary concerns, if I'm hearing you right.
I think they found, because it was designed, it's an unusual house, it was designed by Augusta Rosa.
Okay.
I think that's why the valuation is so different in each case. It's a unique property.
Okay. So if I read this right here, you've received quotes for roof replacement, for the pool, as well as foundation repair for the basement floor?
Yeah, I know that some of this is maintenance, but I am looking at taking out the pool.
Okay.
It's heaved too much, the soils are quite dynamic.
Okay. And I just want to clarify, because you're discussing the basements, we have about 430 square feet of basement finished area. Does that sound about right? About
Yes, finished. I mean, I don't know if you count the furnace room as finished.
Does it have walls, ceiling, and flooring finished?
No, it doesn't have ceiling.
Okay.
No, it's not finished. So
Okay.
it's probably less than that.
Okay, I just wanted you to know, we track it based on square footage, not on
Okay.
like a yes or no.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. And I just want to clarify your estimates here were about 90,000 for the roof, 9,000 for the pool, and about 65 for the foundation repair?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay.
They're from reputable companies.
Okay. And all of the effective dates for the appraisals that were done and the estimates were done were effective 2019, right? They were all
That's correct.
fairly
They're a little
recently
bit
done?
later than 2018.
Okay.
But they're very expensive. I didn't want to get them redone.
Fair enough. Okay, thank you.
Mr. Muir?
Yeah, you've been living in this house for
Since 2012, 2002.
2002?
Yeah, I bought it for $215. Even then, it was over assessed for the market value.
And this is the first time you've been appealing?
Yeah, I didn't know I could do that. I just didn't occur to me to do this. I should have. Yeah.
What do you think is the assessed value of
Well,
the property?
I put it on the higher end at $450,000 to $500,000 because of the value of the lot, and I thought that would be more acceptable to the city. But because I think with respect to Deanna Halliday, she values it at $340,000, but the lot is probably worth at least $400,000, I think. So I think that's maybe a bit high, but I think it's $450,000 to.
If you're going to put it in the market, how much do you think?
I think I could get $450,000 as is now, at maximum.
Okay, thank you.
No questions.
Can you tell me what your previous assessment was for 2018?
I don't know, I'm sorry.
648.
648?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So why the drop?
It's increased to 661.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry, I'm.
Yeah,
thinking
that's the
611.
2018.
And you have no garage?
No garage.
Do you have a parking pad? Sorry, a parking pad?
Yeah, there's a concrete pad in the front.
Okay. And you also stated that you needed an electrical panel?
Yeah, that's what one of the inspectors suggested, that I don't remember what she said the amperage is, or voltage, but it's pretty low for contemporary electrical uses.
Okay, you don't have a quote on that?
No, I know it's over around 1,800 or something. Yeah, I didn't get a quote. I got a verbal quote.
Okay. So built in 1968 and kitchen is original?
Kitchen is original, everything, except for the fridge.
Okay. What condition would you say the kitchen is in?
Well, I'm partial to 1968, so I think it's really gorgeous, but a real estate agent just told me it should be torn down, so, it's
I
got
guess I'm
old,
not-
original counters.
Right, so I guess I'm asking, you know,
Yeah.
are the cupboards chipped, are the
Yeah,
counters
they are.
chipped?
The counters are stained, there's chips in the cupboards, yeah. They've got MacTac lining in them, it's from that era.
Are they plywood?
They're chipboard.
Okay. And original appliances?
The stoves are original. There's 2 ovens, they're from 1968. The others have been replaced. The dishwasher was replaced a couple of years ago. The fridge was there when I got it. It looks like it's from the 1990s.
Okay. And your bathrooms are all original?
They're original.
Okay. Leave it with us. Thank you. Thank you. 503 Calvin Boulevard.
Please state your full name.
Joel Venus?
Do you affirm the evidence you're about to present is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you. And you have evidence you'd like to share with the panel?
Yeah. Whenever you're ready, Mr. Cuthbert.
503 Kelvin Boulevard, parcel ID number 1000362810. It's in the Tuxedo neighborhood area. It's a one-story, single-family dwelling constructed in 1976. 2,507 square feet living area with a full part basement, some basement finish, 1 full bathroom, 2 half bathrooms with 2 showers, central air conditioning, 1 fireplace, an attached multi-garage, and an assessed lot size of 12,746 square feet. Comparables 1 through 4 are all in the Tuxedo neighborhood, all single-story family dwellings, constructed between 1955 and 1964. The living area ranges from a low of 2,120 square feet to a high of 2,782 square feet. They all have some basement finish. Comparable 3 has a full part area, similar to the subject. Bathroom counts ranging between 1 full and 2 halves to 3 full and 1 half with the shower. All comparables have central air conditioning. All comparables have 2 fireplaces, with the exception of 322 Kelvin, which has 1. All 4 comparables have an attached multi-garage. Lot sizes range from a low of 9,745 square feet to a high of 13,329 square feet. Time adjusted sale prices range from a low of 826,700 to a high of 1.329,800,000. or time adjusted sale price per square foot of $389.95 to a high of $521.74. The 2020 assessment for the subject property is currently set at $782,000 or $311.93 per square feet. I've been in contact with the appellant, Mr. Remus, sometime last week. He's described the home as being largely original. Therefore, I consider 429 Lamont to be the best comparable, given that it was an estate sale and also needed quite a bit of updating at the time of sale. Thank you, that's all.
Thank you. Questions?
Sure. Were you able to inspect any of these properties?
No, sir.
And on 322 Kelvin, you were aware that that had been significantly upgraded?
Yes.
Would you have on record at all any of the building permits that were taken? I can't describe what the sale price was prior to the renovations, but would you have a record of what any building permits were or the extent of the renovations?
I do have the MLS listing, which lists the extent of the renovations. I don't have the building permits in particular with me. I would also say that a lot of renovations can be done without building permits, so the MLS listing probably has a better description of what the current state of the home is.
But then would you describe 322 Kelvin as being completely redone?
I would, yes. I'd say if you took a lot of money and put it into the subject, you could eventually turn it into 322 Kelvin.
Okay. And going to your comparable number 4, 320 Park Boulevard, you're aware that that sold in January of 2017?
Yes.
Okay. And you're aware that the sale price in January of 2017 was $605,000?
Yes.
And again, for comparable number 4, that had extensive renovations?
For the second sale, yes.
Yeah, for the second sale. Okay. And you're selecting 429 Lamont as your direct comparable based on the model or the algorithm that the city sort of provides.
As well as the listing as well, which describes the house, yes.
Okay. I have no further questions.
Thank you. Mr. Healy?
I have no question.
No questions.
So you said you've got the MLS listings?
Yes.
Okay. For comps 1 through 3?
As well as 4.
Okay. So could you share those with us?
Of course.
So you're putting the most weight on comp 1?
Correct.
Okay. Would you like to proceed, sir?
Great, thank you. So in my brief, I've identified
Sorry, excuse me
Sure.
for one moment, I'm sorry.
Lady inside has an 11:30 appointment. She has time to go back and come.
No, I'm not going to get her process. I don't want to keep people waiting any longer.
Thank you.
Like 5 minutes of waiting, I'll get rid of it.
I want to apologize for having my phone out because my parking is about to expire at 11:15, but I can renew it, so it just.
Do you want to take a minute and do it now?
No, I can't do it till it expires.
Oh, till it expires, okay, that's
And
fine.
I don't have the app, so I have to wait till it expires and I have to plug it
That's
in, so I
fine.
apologize if
That's fine, I
I'm
understand.
just a little distracted.
Because you will get ticketed down
Yes,
here.
that's right, so it won't let me extend it because I put in for the original 2 hours.
Right.
But the moment it does, then I'll look after that, so. So, as I've identified in my brief, there are four issues that I wish to raise here. They are 2 items of deferred maintenance, an item relating to operating costs, and then finally comparable property sales for buildings of this nature. The basis of our appeal to the assessment is that this home falls into a category of many others in the area where it may have been current at the time it was being built, but now everything has become quite dated. And it's at the point now where either someone will buy it and spend significant amounts of money to renovate it, or it may possibly be a tear down. So just going through the first item, there is the existing roof, or I'll say the building, the property was built in 1976, and there haven't been really no substantial renovations to the property. So the existing roof needs replacement, and we've received a quote for that for approximately $15,000. Quote was received in 2017, and we updated it to 2019. We still haven't done the roof, but it definitely does need to be done. In appendix, in my appendix 3, I've included pictures of the interior of the house, and the decor is totally mid 1970s. The kitchen is original. There's not a yellow tint to my camera. That is the color of the kitchen, yellow throughout. The appliances are all original, except there was a new dishwasher, which you can't see. It's in the built-in, but the original appliances, original sink. The entranceway, which is in photo page 1, is all dark browns with dark tile, and I also include detail on 503 Kelvin on photo page 2 that the existing windows, again, which may have been state-of-the-art at the time the building was built, are quite dated and would no longer be considered current. There's a picture there of a hallway, which indicates that the carpet has been replaced over the life of since the property was built, but now is due for replacement. And there are additional pictures of bathrooms, which are again all original, and for any prospective buyer would be subject to significant upgrades. The final pictures are on photo page 3. Just indicate the type of decor that is throughout the house. Again, if we're filming a period piece from the mid-70s, this home would be ideal, given the decor in the bedrooms and the basement. So that covers my second point about the interior decor. My third point is the existing heating system. At the time the building was built, Hydro was had a promotion for electrical heat, and the building is heated with 2 electric furnaces, I should say. And according to latest Hydro information I was able to obtain, is that heating a building of this size by electricity is almost double that of a high efficiency natural gas furnace. Going on to my last point is what were comparables, and that is the last page of my submission. And I would say that the building that is directly comparable is located at 320 Park Boulevard, which sold in January of 2017. I actually, by coincidence, had been in that building, in that house, and it was as dated as the subject property, and it sold for $605,000, which at the time was a sale price of about $246 per square foot. I've also included, there was another sale price of 424 Kelvin, and again with sale price in the $265 per square foot range. I would suggest that the comparables that the city has provided relate to completely renovated buildings, and are not really indicative of the current state of the subject property.
Thank you. Questions, Mr. Cupler?
In terms of the condition of the house, we've shown very clearly here that there are things that need to be updated, as we discussed on the phone. Would you describe the house as being particularly well lived in? Is it a big family that lived there, big, pets, that sort of thing?
This was built by my, built by my in-laws in 1976. There was a family of 5. Right now it's just occupied by my mother-in-law, who was 86, and that is the I don't want to say it's well lived in. It just hasn't been updated.
Did you mention any issues with the location, being on Kelvin Boulevard there? Any
No.
Positive or negative, nothing really?
No.
Okay. And the basement held up okay over the weekend?
Yes, they've had no problems with flooding or anything.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Questions, Mr. Beaver?
This is the first time you're appealing the
Yes.
property? What will be the previous assessment?
The previous assessment was $678,000.
And you're asking for 639?
Well, I think that the building is now approaching, as I say, the point where anyone who buys it is going to be looking to put in substantial money to do renovations, or it's on sort of the verge of a potential tear down, which is occurring sort of in the area.
So if you're going to put it in the market, you're gonna put it 640,000. Would that be fair?
Well, as a seller, I would like to get the most possible. So I just didn't think that the city's reassessment or assessment value of $782 was sustainable. I don't think that that's really representative at all of what the market is.
Okay, thank you.
Questions?
Nothing? No, I don't have one.
Okay. Sir, you said that you had a chance to look at 320 Park Boulevard North?
Yes.
This was prior to its renovation?
Yes.
Okay. When was that?
It would have been, probably would have been in the fall of 2000, and if it sold in January it would have been in the fall of 2000, when it sold, fall of 2016.
Okay. That was during an open house, I'm assuming?
I actually ended up knowing the homeowner.
Oh, okay. Can you describe what its state was in that?
Well, it was, everything was pretty much dated in the same way.
1962 then?
Well, I think it'd been updated a little bit, but to maybe mid-70s. I'm not an interior decorator, so I can't comment on sort of the vintage, but it just, if you would see the video that's on YouTube of what it is right now, it's unrecognizable. Like there's a YouTube video of 320 Park Boulevard that it's like they've opened up the eating area. They turned it into painted all the walls white. There's glass brick. It doesn't even look anywhere close to what the building was when I was in it. The carpet was dated, the wall coverings were dated.
The kitchen was original?
Yes.
Thank you. Mr. Cuthbert, I have a question for you, because the appellants provided this comp on 320. That's previous to yours. I'm assuming you just used the newest one on it, correct?
I used the one that had
Sale?
public sale and a public listing available, yeah.
And I'm sorry, I think I'd asked you, did you provide us with the MLS comparisons?
I did use
Oh,
somewhere
they're there.
there.
Okay.
identified 429 Lamont, I think is being the closest.
Right, right. Super, I'm just gonna steal those. Thank you very much for
Okay.
coming.
Great.
And with us.
Just in terms of the notice, does it go to 503 Kelvin, or will I get a copy?
It will be going to 534 Berry Street.
Okay, great,
Yeah,
thank you.
no problem.
And now we have 310 Kelvin Boulevard.
Please stand. Do you have the option to swear in on the Bible or to affirm without it?
Sure.
Good, sir.
Put your hand on the Bible. Please state your full name.
Dan Wojcik.
And do you swear the evidence you're about to present is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Perfect. And do you have any evidence you'd like me to share with the panel today?
Number 9.
Can you shut off the camera? It's just gonna stand there for a moment.
Yeah.
Okay, I'd like to call this hearing back to order, and we are now at 310 Kelvin Boulevard, and if you'd like to proceed, Mr. Pepper.
Parcel ID number 10003582000 in the Tuxedo neighborhood. It is a one-story, single-family dwelling constructed in 1951, 1,293 square feet of living area, full basement with basement finish, one full bathroom, one half bathroom with a shower. The home has central air conditioning, has an attached single garage as well as a detached multi-garage, and an assessed lot size of 9,746 square feet. Comparables 1 through 4 are all in the Tuxedo area. All one-story single-family dwellings constructed between 1955 and 1966. Living area ranges from a low of 1,665 square feet to a high of 2,689 square feet. All have full basements with some basement finish. Bathroom counts range from 1 full bath with 2 half baths to 3 full and 1 half with a shower. All homes have central air conditioning. All the comparables have between 1 and 2 fireplaces. All the comparables have an attached multi-garage, and comparable 4 also has a detached multi-garage. The assessed lot sizes range from a low of 9,745 square feet to a high of 11,044 square feet. Time adjusted sale prices range from $582,300 to a high of $1.329 million, or a time adjusted sale price per square foot of $329.36 to a high of $495.53. The 2020 assessment is currently set at $581,000 for the subject property, for $449.34 per square foot. Current owner purchased the property in 2014 on the open market, public sale for $535,000. Thank you.
Thank you. Did you have any questions of the assessor?
Yes. I just wanted to make a noted that I was not sent the comparables, and I was handed the comparables today. So unfortunately, the comparables that I've presented are more future comparables. In regards to the comparables, I'm curious about comparable number 2, 322 Calvin Boulevard. The property is almost 2.5 times the size of my property, and I would like an explanation why it was used.
It was used because of the proximity. I recognize that the house itself is quite a bit different from yours.
But a house that has twice the size, offers twice the saleability, offers way more attributes than what we have, and to use a 1.329 property against a $400,000 house is, I just don't think you're your apples and oranges here.
I'd agree, it's not the strongest comparable.
In your experience, have you ever bought and sold real estate?
No,
Are you using appraisal values or are you using market value?
we're using sale prices.
Based on Sabre, or are you basing it on MLS?
Based on what we receive from Manitoba Land Titles as the sale price.
Would you reference MLS?
For the listings, so that we
Yes.
can review what the actual house looks like on the inside and go through the characteristics.
Okay. I guess we'll just go from 1 to 4. I'm just curious why you used each one of these comparables. And I guess my next question would be is defining the time adjustment sale price. What do you mean by that?
Time adjusted sale price is the adjustment that's made from the date of the sale to bring it to an April 1st, 2018 market value.
Okay. So explain 415 Kelvin.
So 415 Kelvin was sold in January 2017. It was selected because it's also in the Tuxedo neighborhood, built in the 60s, relatively close to your 1951 build. It's a single-story dwelling. It also has basement finish, similar bathroom count, also has central air, and a similar size lot, so that's why it was selected. It's also a public sale.
Well, it does have one more bathroom. It does have 2 fireplaces, which in our case we have none. 527 Bauer, again, a larger square footage, an extra bathroom, 2 fireplaces. Both comparables, 2 and 3, were professionally renovated. They were both purchased for a range of $450 to $465. Our home was renovated, as you can see in the photos that I provided, but it was not done by a professional.
Okay.
We had a handyman who.
Sir, sorry, that's just getting into your presentation. If
Yep.
you can just ask questions on what the
Okay, well,
assessor
no.
has presented.
Okay, so I'll go back to Bauer. Why was it used? And
Same reason as Kelvin. The age, the size, the location, the lot size, and the
have
characteristics
you
of the
ever
home.
viewed these properties?
Nope, just the MLS listings.
Okay. Okay, that'll be the end of my questions.
Okay, thank you.
I have no
Avery?
question.
No questions.
Do you have the MLS listings for Council Board?
I do, as well as the subject.
Thank you. So you did not inspect the subject property?
No, typically when a house sells within a few years of the reference date, we will make a physical inspection.
Do you know when the last time the home was inspected?
Not anytime recently. When a member of our department went over the sales listing after the house sold in 2015, just to update the property characteristics and added the new detached garage to the property record.
So I'm assuming you're going off comp 1 as being your best comparable?
The subject is an outlier in that it's much smaller than most of the houses in that area. So you're going to see a lower price per square foot for all the comparables, given that they're naturally larger houses. The economies of scale will function in that regard. Yes, I would say comparable 1 is probably the closest. Comparable 3 honestly isn't bad either. The subject properties you'll see in the MLS listings was renovated extensively at the time of purchase. It's similar to, I would say, comparable 3.
Okay, that's all my questions. Let's hear your presentation, sir.
As you can see in my booklet, I've supplied pictures and information regarding my property and the comparables that I felt were similar to what mine is. I'd also like to disclose I am a professional realtor. I've been selling real estate since 1992. I have bought and sold homes with clients in the Tuxedo area. And based on that, I've picked the three comparables that were from what I was under the impression that it was the 2018 values. As you can see, that my comparables are the same issue that your assessor had, is that ours is one of the smaller properties, and typically properties like ours, if not renovated, are usually demolished and new homes built. For example, the property that I live beside it for, our 314 Kelvin, was purchased, I think, for $450,000, demolished, and they put up a $1.5 million property. So that's typically what's happening in the neighborhood. The attraction to this property back when we purchased it was the fact that it was renovated. Myself and my wife are both professionals, and that doing renovations was not part of what we're looking for in a house. We spent 3 years looking for this house, and it was bought more on an emotional value than a logical. Sitting back looking at this, we paid a premium for the property because of its location and its condition. Putting it on the market today, I would rely on the three comparables that I've provided, and as you can see, the average sale price is around the $500,000 mark, and I feel that's probably the market value of what the house is worth. I was kind of ironic that when we purchased the property, and that was one of the other attractions, was that our taxes were so cheap, but the house was only assessed at $311. Within a year of us taking possession, our assessment went from $311 to $535, which is the exact amount that is on record. The number I provided is, because I'm a realtor, I'm not allowed to receive a commission on a property I've purchased. So the value of what we purchased our property at was what I provided at the $545 range. It was not $535, so that's why it was reported to MLS. So I would like to make that correction in regards to how we're being assessed here. If you're using comparable number one as the best comparable, they have $329 a square foot. You're saying my property is worth $450 or $449 a square foot, which I can't say that is market value, and that's why I'm here appealing. I just don't think that's a fair number, and based on the information I provided, I think I'm overestimating the value of my property at $500,000. And that's why I'm here today, because I don't believe the property, on fair market value, could get anywhere close to the $581 that you've assessed the property at.
Thank you. Questions, Mr. Carpenter?
So you are a licensed realtor, you've been selling property in the area for some time now. You paid $545,000 for this property in 2014.
Correct.
And the argument is that you overpaid for it at that time?
At the time, there was bidding wars, and the purchase was made more on convenience, location, and condition.
So in terms of the level of renovations, which one of your comparables here do you feel best represents your property?
I would say the one on Cuthbertson. Based on the hardwood floors, based on its attributes. It is closer than anything that you've provided in regards to square footage. And there you're looking at $297 a square foot. I think my average worked out to be $315. So even if you were to take $315, you're still looking at $407,000. So me saying 500 is being very generous. opinion of my wife, she was looking more around the 400 range based on that. So, looking at price per square foot and the attributes, you know, at $315, I'm being generous. Here, the one on Cuthbertson that sold was $297 a square foot.
So you weren't able to identify any other homes in that same square footage, that same footprint as your home? Like 1,200, 1,300 square foot range?
There was nothing else.
Okay.
The only one that I would say I put in there because it was a small comparable, or was a smaller house, was, where is it? Hopwood. Hopwood was 1,461 square feet, and that was 3 1/4 square foot. And a newer structure.
This 3 Cuthberts in here doesn't mention anything about the kitchen. Have you seen the kitchen? Do you know if that was renovated?
Yes. Kitchen, bathrooms, similar design, similar in hardwoods. Kitchen was open to the living room, dining room, similar to ours. I'd be more inclined to say that 470 is probably a closer value, but I'm not here to, I just don't feel that the 581 is a fair assessment. And now that I know the process, depending on how things go in the future, I may be back.
Okay, no other questions?
Thank you. Mr. Weaver?
Do you know your assessment value in 2016 and 2018?
I believe the assessment that we had in 16 was around the 311, and 18 was the 535.
So this is your first time appealing ever since
Correct.
you
Correct.
bought the house?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
No questions.
And sir, you're asking 5?
Pardon?
You're requesting 500?
Well, I would leave that determination up to the panel to determine based on the information provided. But I would say the range of value would probably be between the 470 and 500, based on my comparables and based on the one comparable that I would say is most comparable to our property, and that would have been Cuthbertson.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you. Leave it with us. Uh, 1066 Dumas.
You have the option to swear in on the Bible or to affirm without it.
Can I just go back there?
Yeah. Please state your full name.
Hardy Hofer?
And do you affirm the evidence you're about to present is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Perfect. And you have evidence you would like to share with the panel today?
1066 Dumas Avenue, parcel ID number 0307012800, in the Maybank neighborhood area. One-story, single-family dwelling constructed in 1957, 894 square feet, with a full basement with some basement finish, one full bathroom, central air conditioning, a detached single garage, and an assessed lot size of 4,992 square feet with a park influence. Comparables 1 through 4 are all in the Maybank area. All one-story, single-family dwellings constructed between 1955 and 1959. Living area ranging from a low of 896 square feet to a high of 984 square feet. All have full basements with some basement finish. Bathroom counts range from 1.5 bathrooms to 1 and 2.5 bathrooms. Comparables 2 and just comparable 2 has the air conditioner, while comparables 1, 3, and 4 do not. All comparables have a detached single garage, similar to the subject. Lot sizes range from a low of 5,108 square feet to a high of 7,020 square feet. Time adjusted sale prices range from a low of 272,200 to a high of 308,000. Time adjusted sale price per square foot ranges from a low of 286.23 to a high of 344.53. 2020 assessment for the subject property is currently set at 288,000, which is a total assessment per square foot of $322.15. Thank you.
Thank you. Do you have any questions, sir, of what the assessor has just presented?
The question is, can I make a few points, or do I do this later?
If you have questions, but if you don't,
The only question is, why am I assessed $29,000 more than my neighbor on the same street with a bigger house and the same lot size?
Without having your neighbor's property information in front of me here, I can't tell you exactly why
Yes,
that
it's
assessment
there.
is lower.
It is, it's 1025 Dumas Avenue.
okay, sir, that's part of your presentation.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry, I don't know how that works.
No, that's fine. But, you know, you can present that. But did you have questions of what he has just given? He gave comparisons 1 through 4.
Yes, I do. Oh, that's what you mean.
Yes,
Okay.
sorry.
The question was here, the lot size is smaller than any of those that you have here, comparables 1, 2, 3, and 4. And they're smaller, and I am assessed higher than anyone else on compared to these here. And per square footage, I have here that I am assessed per square foot is $322, and one is $305, and one is $308, and one is $280, and one is $260. So what I'm saying is I'm assessed at $322 with the smallest square footage of the house. That's my question.
Again, I don't know what the assessed values are for comparables 1 through 4. We're comparing sale prices here at the bottom.
I am going what is assessed.
These aren't assessed values, these are sale prices at the bottom.
Well, I don't go by this. I'm talking what my neighbors are paying for property tax and how their houses are assessed compared to mine. They're
Okay.
assessed lower. That's all.
Excuse me,
That's the question
sir,
I have.
I know. So we don't look at assessments, we are just looking at sales of properties, and that is what the assessor has presented?
Okay. I was not sent this sheet, so I couldn't go over it.
Okay.
I just
So-
saw it when I came in.
Yeah, that's okay. So those are sale prices that he's giving us. He's not giving us assessments. We don't look at assessments of other properties.
Can I mention that in my area, Roysons have been bought these properties at a high rate and they split the lots.
Okay.
That is why they're paying so much money. They tear down the house, and we on Dumas, we got together,
Okay.
right here, we fought.
Sir, that will be part of your presentation.
Oh, okay, I don't know how that works.
That's okay, that's fine. We'll hear this. Did you have any questions, Mr. V-Ray?
Yes, have you visited this property?
No, sir.
You have MLS listing on this area?
Yes,
Not
for all
comparable.
4 comparables, the subject hasn't sold in quite some time, so the condition of the inside I have not personally observed. The owner attended the RAP program just this past year. and spoke to a member of the departments, and that member elected at the time not to make any change to the assessment, so this is model-driven.
No.
assessment.
Changes, okay. No further question, thank you.
Can you share the MLS list for us? Yeah, thank you. So you have no record as to when this home was last inspected?
No, which tells me it's been quite some time.
Would you say comp two is probably your better comp? I'm basing that on the sale adjusted price.
Given the age, the size, the similar lots, I would say they're pretty close. I'd have to take a closer look at that MLS listing I just handed off to say how well it compares in terms of interior finishings, as well as get a description from the appellants to see how well that matches up. Comparable number one I'm looking at here on Marshall Bay. Looks like it was renovated probably in the 90s or 2000s. So it's definitely had some work done. The subject property having only one bathroom, at least on record, that's what we have as one bathroom. Definitely makes it inferior in some regards to the comparables. Yeah, as usual, location, type of house, and the age of the house and the size were all my criteria for selecting comparables that I did.
Okay. Thank you. Sir, if you'd like to give us your presentation?
Sure. I guess you see that the square footage of the lot is smaller than any one that you've put here. And can I make a presentation about the condition of the house?
Yes.
I've lived in the house for 61 years, and it's the basement is water coming in here, and it cracks, and there's a musky smell. And I've just been with a friend and done the same work, and it cost me around from $12,000 to $18,000 with one of the companies that take down and fix the cracks for the water not to come in, and so it's livable. Number two, the central air is kaput. It's the original from 1957. Hasn't been replaced, and it's not working very well, and it's not even working. Everything that is there has been upgraded to a small degree when I moved in 1988. So the floor when I moved in had old rock, and it needs to be redone again in 1980, which makes it 31 years, I guess. The floors, yes. The toilet, the bathroom, it would be the same thing. The outside, nothing has been done. Nothing has been done on the outside. So what I'm saying, everything is dated, and I'm retired, and I'm on a limited budget. I live by myself, and what else can I say here? Okay, and I have no sump pump, and it needs to be put in, and that's, with all the water condition, I feel, with my cracks in the basement, it doesn't have a sump pump, it's just relying on the street sewer, and that has backed up, rained down at once, and my insurance is going high like crazy, so I'm a little bit of a bind.
Okay.
What else can I say?
Well, we'll ask questions.
Oh, I'm sorry, okay.
We'll get more information, that's fine.
Can I say something? I'm a little hard of hearing, can you guys speak up a little? I have to.
Sure, absolutely.
Thank you.
Mr. Kupfer, did you have any questions?
I do. So on our property record here, we're showing a fully finished basement.
It's not fully finished.
In your basement? How much of it is finished approximately?
The furnace room is not.
Okay.
The laundry is not. The rest would be. So what do we have here? We have. What's the square footage on the house?
Showing
Well,
894.
Take off a quarter.
Take off a quarter.
Take off a quarter that's not finished.
Okay.
Actually, I also have a space for the freezer, where my freezer is, my cooler. Maybe make it, I don't know.
And you said you've got water pouring into the basement right now from all this melting snow?
It seeps true, underneath it comes I have rug down there, and it's wet and it's stinky,
Yeah.
and I can't afford to take it out again. I did it years and years ago, and
Okay. Okay. So the house itself needs quite a bit of updating. I'm showing a newer garage was built in 2010, is that correct?
just replaced, yeah.
Just replaced, okay.
Just replaced, it had one when I bought it. And the biggest thing is, what do I do with the basement cracks? Or another thing, which I think that the properties in that area, the train rattles through, and it's like, if you sleep in bed at night, it's like you have a vibrator in your bed, if you like that. That could be nice, but most of us don't. And I think it cracks my basement too.
Yeah.
It's getting worse. When I moved in 1988, I didn't have that problem. It's getting worse. How can I explain it? Talk with an engineer. And houses built in that year had no piles. The brand new houses they're going, they dig down deep, 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 and even those shake to a degree.
Okay.
So,
So has anybody approached you about purchasing the house or anything like that? You mentioned a lot of houses are being redeveloped in the area.
yes,
The
of
houses on the
course.
50-foot lots.
We as a committee, we formed a committee of doing this. We've been in City Hall twice. The city turned it down for, we all came against splitting lots. A developer came and bought a property 3 years ago. It's still not gone through City Hall. The City Hall didn't give him a permit to build. Now this poor guy paid $190 for the house. He can't tear it down and he can't split it. But the bad part about that, it's a little shack, but it wasn't good for us. It raised, if you can get $190 for a little house, well, your property must be worth quite a bit. But they were banking on splitting it like they did on Royce. They're on Royce 1 street over, 2 street over. There's 12 new split lots there. And we have a school in the back. We can't even get out of our driveway. The students don't want to pay at MITT for $25 a month. They park. And there's a lobby going on, putting on an hourly, you can only park an hour on our street because of the students. We can't get in and out, so.
Okay.
So.
And the last question, I just want to confirm, there's only one bathroom in the house? You don't have a bathroom in the basement?
I have a shower.
Just a shower?
That's put in 1982, and it needs to be totally redone.
Is there a toilet in the basement?
The toilet in the
And a
basement.
toilet and a sink?
And a sink, yes.
Okay.
They all need to be redone.
Okay. So there's two bathrooms in the house?
A bedroom upstairs and a shower downstairs, yes. No bathtub.
No bathtub upstairs?
No bathtub downstairs.
No bathtub downstairs. Okay, thank you. That's all, thanks.
Thank you. Mr. Feeray?
When did you move in? 1988, you said?
Yes,
1980.
1988, yes.
And you haven't renovated?
When I moved in 1988, the main structure is the same. There was old rug, changed the rug, and now that's 31 years old, has to be done. The kitchen had been upgraded at the same time, the bathroom, it's all dated and needs another go at it, but I'm not gonna do it, not at my age, and I don't have the money.
How much do you think your house worth now?
I think it's, I have a real estate, I looked at it, not more than $250 max. But if I may say.
What do you mean, 250 per square? Oh, 250.
Thousand, But I see here, like I gave you the parables here that I have done, but of course, you're not going by the assessed value. Like the 1025 has more square footage, has a bedroom more than I have, and it's only assessed at $259. I'd be happy if I just had the same. I wouldn't be sitting here if my property would have been assessed the same. I wouldn't be here. I just thought 29,000, there must be a mistake made. That's
Okay,
all.
thank you. No further questions.
Okay.
Just one question, you've got a quote on the basement repair, we paid 25,000?
I work with a friend, like I'm retired,
Yeah.
and my expertise is in the contracting, and I helped the guy and had the same problem in that bungalow we did, and water, and we hired a guy to fix the cracks, dug down deep, all the way down, the cracks, put a membrane on, and put some stones down there so that the weeping tiles don't deliver the water, and it packed it back in again. And at least my friend's house had an open basement, we could see the cracks. In my basement, there is developed, like there's drywall. Where will I know where the cracks are? You know, but.
So what did he say it cost, about 25 grand?
Yes.
You take the floor out as well, I guess?
What did you say?
You would take the floor out as well, or?
You mean the walls?
Yeah, but once you do the walls.
No, the wall, the water comes to the basement, through the cracks, and it runs down, you know, the weeping tiles run around the house. And that is where also the problem comes.
Okay.
The water comes down, and I fixed my water, drain away, I did all the things I was supposed to do, put on eave straw, make the water run away from the house, and it takes a while. I have a dehumidifier taking out the musky smell, and and a couple of years ago I had water coming down that much, and my insurance company, insurance companies don't do for cracked basements. So
Thank you.
Sir, your kitchens and bathrooms are original?
When I moved in 31 years ago, I replaced the toilet, and but it's all old now.
Right.
Yes.
But your kitchen, is your kitchen 19...
My kitchen is close to 20 years. It's dated to like countertops and all of that. When I moved in, it was not a kitchen. It had shelves, built-in shelves.
Yep.
And I tore those down when I moved in. Carpenter. The person that bought the house from, he did the house himself.
Okay.
So everything is like.
Okay, thank you. I'm just going to redirect to you, Mr. Kemper. So this gentleman appeared before, what's it called? The RAP program.
Yes.
Right. So do you have any notes on that?
Ran comparables in Maybank for 900 square feet or less. Land value appears to be around 200,000. Comparables with renovations fetch around 300,000. Average comps range around 270,000-ish. Price per square foot appears to be supported in the 2020 value. No change at the moment. Further inquiries may need an inspection.
Okay.
Excuse me, what is meant by RAP?
The residential review and appraisal program. That's where you come down to the community center and talk to somebody.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
that's what you,
Yes.
was there.
I would suggest, sir, possibly having somebody from the assessment department in your home to look at your basement,
Okay.
if you wish.
That's okay.
And or bring pictures.
I would say, I will leave this at your mercy, whatever you decide, I will trust you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, am I done?
You're done, yes.
Thank you very
for
much.
coming. 501 Hudson?
Erin,
Okay.
You have the option to swear on the Bible if you're sure.
Yeah.
Please state your full name.
Richard LaRue.
Do you affirm the evidence you're about to present is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
Thank you. And do you have any evidence you'd like to show?
Yes, I do.
5 copies, please.
Yeah. There you go, 5 copies.
Thank you very much.
Whenever you're ready, Mr. Pepper.
501 Hudson Street, parcel ID number 0306593690 in the Maybank neighborhood area. It's a one-story single-family dwelling constructed in 1994. 1,008 square feet living area with a slab basement, 1 full bathroom, no air conditioning, no fireplace, an attached multi-garage, an assessed lot size of 4,783 square feet on a bus route on an external corner with a light traffic influence as well as a rail line influence. Comparables 1 through 4 are all in the Maybank area, all one-story single-family dwellings constructed between 1922 and 1953. The living area ranges from a low of 720 square feet to a high of 1,047 square feet. Comparables 2 and 3 have a partial basement, while comparables 1 and 4 are a dugout and surface foundation respectively. No basement finish in any of the comparables. Bathroom counts range from 1 full to 1 full and 1/2. Comparables 1, 2, and 4 have an air conditioner, while comparable 3 does not. And comparable 1 has no garage. Comparables 2 and 3 both have detached multi-garages, and comparable 4 has a detached single garage. Assessed lot sizes range from 4,726 square feet to a high of 5,555 square feet. Time adjusted sale prices range from a low of 233,200 to a high of 240,100, or time adjusted sale price per square foot of $229.13 to a high of $325.28. Thank you.
Thank you. Do you have any questions of the assessor?
Yeah, comparable 3, is it a full basement?
Not a full basement, it's not listed as one. It's a full part area, which typically when I see that, it means it's got partial full basement and partial crawl space.
So would it be, originally would have probably been on a full basement and then they went and put an addition and they didn't do a basement under the addition? Is that what, what kind of house it probably?
It could be. The MLS listing lists a 14 by 12 rec room, so a pretty small rec room in the basement as well as a 2-piece bathroom.
So it does have a basement. Is it, do you have a picture of that?
I do, yes.
Yeah, can I see it?
Of course. Just the listing goes from the second page.
Thank you. Oh yes, I recognize the house now. For myself, I don't really think that it's comparable to mine. You've got it listed as that, so. Yeah, most of the comparables are, except for the comp 3 is on the same street as mine, so it's got the same traffic as what I have, except without the train track. But the other ones are kind of a little nicer spot, you know, more desired in my eyes, the area compared to mine. That's it for questions on that.
Thank you. Mr. Beaver?
Have you inspected this property?
No, sir.
No. That's the only, so this house there's no basement on this one, eh?
Correct, it's built on a slab,
On the slab.
concrete slab.
Okay, no further question.
Have you inspected the property?
I have not seen this house, no.
No?
Can you explain the difference between a surface and a slab?
My understanding is a surface foundation doesn't have the concrete slab, so it's essentially built on whatever's there. They'll lay down gravel or something like that to build it without the actual concrete pad that the slab has.
Would that be considered less desirable than the slab?
Yeah, it'd be less secure.
And what about a dugout?
A dugout is more similar to a crawl space,
Yes.
but typically you won't get the same clearance like you do in a crawl space. You usually have like between 3 and 4 feet. A dugout you might get 2 or 1.5 feet.
Correct. So a dugout is even less desirable than a surface?
Correct.
Okay. Okay, and you've got the MLS listings on your comps?
believe I gave you Chevrier there.
Yes.
Royce is the only one I don't have an MLS for.
Sir, can we have that MLS listed?
Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks very much. Okay, I don't have any further questions. Excuse me, sir, if you'd like to give us your presentation?
Yes, I built it back in '93 and occupied it in '94, and I haven't done any changes since. And it's a very simple interior, and the whole house is a steel construction, tin on the outside, as you can see. As far as trying to keep the interior of the house, the drywall without cracks and that, it's impossible because of the train being on the train, backing onto the train track, and the heavy truck traffic on that street. It's changed a lot in the since I've lived there. The trains used to occur like maybe once or twice a day, and now they can be shunting behind my house for upwards of an hour at a time. The street gets blocked off for an actual hour sometimes, and in the last 4 years there's been a lot of construction with the transit way that went in and the bike paths and everything. And also there's a 12-unit apartment block that went in across the street from me, right across from my driveway, and they take up all the parking on the street and make it very hard for me to come in and out of my driveway there. So it's a very, very busy area. The train though has been really, it's been so busy in the last 4 or 5 years compared to what it was 20 years ago. So it's described as light rail or light traffic. I don't know if they're ever going to change that idea and make it heavy traffic, with the bus route and the truck traffic and the train crossing right there. So it's definitely not that desirable of an area. It's very high traffic. And until I sell my home, we're not going to really know the actual value of it because there isn't really comparable in the neighborhood, slab comparable. They have them on the east side of Fort Garry, but that's worth a lot more money. But so, like I say, till I actually sell it, we're never going to really know what the value is, other than the minimal value of a house in that area. And we're not that far off on the assessed value. I'm not arguing that we're not too far off. Like I just got it down like around $10,000-$15,000 less, than what the assessed value is, and that's about it. That's all I've got to say on that.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Questions, Mr. Cuthbert?
Okay, so no comparable sales. Why do you feel like the property is overassessed? You built the house yourself.
Yeah, just because the slab home and the exterior of the home and all that isn't that desirable. When people come in, they just the way they talk about the house, they didn't think it was a house, because it looks like a tin shed, and it's just the interior is just drywall painted, and very, very simple kitchen and bedroom, and so it's not anything fancy, It's not like having a regular house. And the other thing, I'm not sure if you guys always went on a computer program to get your assessment, but I'm not sure how you until somebody wants to try and what I'm doing right now, challenge it. Then obviously it's somebody that looks at it like the city of Winnipeg assess it. But till then, I just wanted to make sure that it wasn't just a computer looking at the value of this home, because on paper it sounds a lot better than the actual home. Picture's worth 1,000 words, in this case.
Exactly.
So yeah, that's all. I just wanted to be on top of it. I've done this about 3 other times, or 2 other times for sure, and with good results. I just wanted to make sure it doesn't creep up on us all of a sudden, and all of a sudden I'm fighting $80,000 or $100,000 difference. That's all. That's why I appear here for.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No problem.
You mentioned some cracking in the house due to the train going by. Is that cracking the drywall, you're saying?
Yeah, the drywall.
Okay.
You'll never be able to, have it nice, you know, it does last for a year or two, and that's about it, you know, so I've patched it 2 or 3 times.
Any other issues from vibrations or anything like that?
No,
in the
no,
house?
the slab's very well built that way.
Is that why you put it on a slab, because
Yeah,
of the?
I don't
line?
like musty basements,
Yeah.
and I purposely built this house, it was everything I wanted, you know. But I just noticed when I was building it, people thought I was crazy for doing it that way, but I'm very happy with it. My wife and I are very happy with the whole thing, other than the street got so busy, you know, I never thought it'd be that busy, and the train got so busy. It used to be just a sugar beet factory behind us, and then Harris went, took over the property, and now there's probably upwards of 30 businesses in there, and so the train is just insanely busy, and you'd think it'd just be a Monday to Friday thing, but it's actually the opposite. They do most of their work on the weekends, and they do it like at 2 in the morning, and they wanna get it ready for Monday morning, you know, have everything in place, so they really go on the weekends, so you've got no, you know, it's just very, very noisy. And it's been extremely bad with all the road updates and the bike paths and everything put in, you know, the street was under construction for 2 full years recently. And then to add to that, two years previous, they started to build the apartment block across the street from me. So I've had 4 years of construction in the area, and they've literally dug the street up all around me. And there's been lots of times when I've had no access, you know, in and out of the place. So it's a very, very busy place. Super busy being on the corner and up against the train tracks.
Are they the original windows from 1994?
Yeah, correct. Yeah, everything's original. I've done no updates, no changes. And in the interior, the floor is just a concrete floor, obviously, because it's a slab. And all I did was epoxy coat it, so it's not carpeting or anything like that.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Mr. Beebe?
So how long you been living here? 1994?
Yeah, correct.
What's the previous assessment in the property?
The previous, I've got it here, the 90, I've got all my assessments, but the latest, you want
2018
18, okay.
and 2016.
Yeah, okay. Okay, 2018 was 197, and 2016 was 190. And the original assessment, when I first built it, came in at 148. 148.7.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Aye, so you're saying you're happy with the 211?
Nope, no, I'd rather see it at around 200, right?
So you're
200 is a
asking-
figure.
You're asking 200?
Yeah, 200 is
Thank
what
you.
I'd like to see, thank you.
Thank you.
Sir?
Yeah.
Just in regards to your pictures here,
Yeah.
where exactly is the train?
Oh, it's in behind, it's
Behind.
at the, okay,
Behind.
if you look, the top photo to your right, it's in behind that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so if you look, that top photo to your right, you can see the bumper of a car. I was standing across the street taking a picture of it. It's very hard to get it, there's so much traffic, that's why I've got just a little bit of a car in the picture. But the car's coming through the railway crossing.
Okay,
So it's in my backyard.
okay.
Yeah, the garage door, and you see how there's the 501, that's the front of the house, which is Hudson Street, and then the train track is at the very back.
So this entire building is your home?
Correct, yeah.
And you come in, so the back half is the garage here?
Yeah, correct.
And then you just have a door access to your house?
Correct,
Okay.
yeah, man door, yeah. That's how I access that house, is from that front door, the man door beside the garage door, under the number 51.
Oh, right there?
Yeah, yeah, or that side door, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
unique, that's
Yeah,
why I'm
yeah, very,
asking.
yeah.
Sorry, and you're saying the rail traffic has increased because of the removal of the sugar beet plant?
Correct, yeah, and then it sat idle for just a few years, and then Bob Harris took over the property, and then he expanded it, and at first he had just one business in there, and then they went and built a massive building, major square footage, and then there's upwards of 30 businesses in there, and they're there because they want the rail line, and there's a rebar.
Okay, that's why.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, so, yeah,
Okay,
there's,
what the connection, okay.
yeah, and the thing is they have a 24-hour staff, and so they go at night they get their things done, so they're ready to load trucks in the daytime. So at night they're going, so you can't get a good night's sleep because the tracks are busy and they shunt, and then they also leave the trains idle there, and which they shouldn't, and they also aren't supposed to block the crossing on Chevrier for more than 10 minutes, I believe, and but they do, because they're not checked, so they block it for an hour at a time. So what you've got is people turning around, like they're idling right there on the street, right beside us, so I'm 7 feet off the street, and so they sit there and idle, and then they get mad and they turn around, and so you hear them turning around, and then, you know, they'll take off squealing because they're mad because they were waiting for 20 minutes. And,
Correct. Is that CN or CP?
It's, both use it, but CN is the main care. But they do both use it because that's a track that goes along Highway 75 to Emerson, so it's a main route.
Yep.
And there's been trail derailments back there as well. And they're always fixing the track now that they've had derailments, so they're on top of it. So it is an incredibly busy area.
Right. And did you state you had concrete floors in your home?
Yeah, yeah, because it's a slab. The slab home is,
Right.
Yeah, it's just
But
one
you
big
didn't
piece of
carpet it or
concrete.
put anything or?
Correct, I just put epoxy coating on it, which is just a paint, different style of paint.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna redirect. Mr. Kupfer, you would agree this is an unusual home?
Yes, I would. I would agree that, yes.
Thank you. Sir, do you have another question?
No.
Oh, leave it with us.
Okay, thank you very much.
Jackson?
Yeah, no, I was gonna say that. Yeah.
So you both have to swear in on the Bible or affirm without it?
I guess I don't.
Okay, both of you will have to. So please state your full name. And do you affirm the evidence you're about to present is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. And then for yourself, please state your full name.
Mark Pollock.
And do you affirm the evidence you're about to present is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Okay. And do you have any evidence you would like to share with the panel today?
I have the information.
Okay.
He says I just want it.
No problem, thank you.
Sorry, I just want to say panel. Sorry, I'm just wanting to plow through this. Sorry. I'm wanting to plow through it.
No, I know.
Sir, can you spell your name for me, please?
Mark Pollock.
Thank you.
Yeah. Mr. Kupfer, whenever you're ready.
757 Jackson Avenue, parcel ID number 120-126-83100. It's in the Grant Park neighborhood area. It is a bi-level single-family dwelling constructed in 1985, 1,208 square feet of living area, full basement with basement finish, 3 full bathrooms, central air conditioning, a detached multi-garage, and an assessed lot size of 7,507 square feet. Comparables 1 through 4 are all in the Grand Park area as well. They're all one-story single-family dwellings constructed between 1958 and 1959. All have full basements with basement finish, bathroom count ranging from 1 full to 2 full plus the shower. All comparables have central air conditioning. Comparables 1 and 2 both have detached multi-garages. Comparable 3 has no garage. Comparable 4 has a detached single garage. The lot size for the 4 comparables range from a low of 4,888 square feet to 6,460 square feet. The time adjusted sale prices for the 4 comparables range from a low of $343,700 to a high of $381,800, or a time-adjusted sale price per square foot of $280.95 to $327.14. The 2020 assessment for the subject property is currently set at $406,000, or $336 per square foot and 9 cents. Thank you.
Thank you. Do you have any questions of the assessor on what he's presented?
Yes, I would like to ask if he visited the property or inspected.
I have not personally visited the property. A member of the department did an exterior inspection of the property after you appealed from the last time, in July of 2017. The inspector noted the home appeared to be in average condition from the exterior. They noticed there were window unit air conditioners in a variety of different windows, and also noted a central air conditioner under the deck. That's all.
So I just want to ask a question, when you say air conditioning under the deck, is there an issue on that? Because I'm not sure when you say under the deck.
No, there's no issue with it being under the deck or beside the deck.
Because I'm not sure about that, that's the reason I asked that question again. You gave me these comparable. I just got it, actually, we didn't have this information. I'm not sure what the process is right now. I mean, if the person who is appealing supposed to get that information beforehand, or you just hand it over to them when they walk in here? I'm not sure if this is the question.
If it's not requested to the department, then they're given it when they attend the hearing. If anybody calls 311 or speaks to the department, we will happily share our comparables before the hearings that you can prepare for them.
Okay, so basically when I look at your, can I just ask him that question about the comparable?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, now when I look at this here, this is a bi-level house, if I understand it correctly, because from my experience, I can tell you, I'm not a real estate person, but I'm a certified engineer here. Because bi-level price is much less than if you have bungalow. Because I can tell you from my experience, I know a lot of people in the real estate business, I deal with them. If they have an issue with the foundation or anything, I don't want to actually go off the track here, because I think we are already pretty late to go somewhere, but I just want to make my point, tell you what exactly I think. When I actually comparing this, the price, the assessment for 2018 is 378, now it's a 406. I think it's more than 7% increase. When I look at the comparable properties, I don't see anywhere near that price there, because it's been going on, I guess, every year. The taxes been increased, assessed every year, increased now. Is it a it is a fair question to ask you, when you assess this property, what exactly you consider? Is it not the service city is providing to the citizen here, whether it's a main street, whether it's a back lane, so it's a snow clearing or whatever the case may be? Do you consider that when you assess that property, any individual property?
We try and take as many factors into account as we can when we're assessing property. At the end of the day, obviously your taxes are based on the market value of the property, and that's what the assessment is supposed to represent, not how much water you use or how much power you use or any of those factors. For these comparables in particular, the neighborhood of Grand Park was selected. 1-stories were selected because I couldn't locate any other bi-level comparables that sold within the reference period, and obviously 1-stories are the closest to a 1-story bi-level, so that's when they were selected. Beyond that, your property is a bit of an outlier given that it was built in 1985, whereas most of that area was built more so in the 50s and 60s, as you can see again by the comparables. Yeah, that's about the information.
So my understanding is, you tell me that they haven't changed any roofing, windows, they're all old. And they haven't done any renovation whatsoever, because my understanding is if you do the renovation, whether it's...
Excuse me, sir.
Sorry.
This is just questions, so that would be part of your presentation.
Okay,
You
that's
could
fine.
talk about the property, but if you have any questions about what the assessor has presented here in terms of his comparables.
Okay, now, the other thing, I guess, for comparison purposes, Now, my understanding is one side of the house is an apartment, other side is the school. People actually go park on the street anyway, they have to park, but I'm saying like it's not gives you very pleasant, I guess.
Okay, so again, that's part of your presentation.
I thought maybe that
Yeah,
was it, sorry
no,
about that
so
part,
you
yeah,
can-
okay,
yeah, absolutely, give us all that information during your presentation.
So, okay. Now, I think what basically, the question I can ask to the assessor, I think the increase I just roughly calculated from the previous, right now it's about 7%, in my opinion, but I think it's too much, and again, not only that, the owner said, they can't even get 350, he's willing to sell for 350. I mean, now the reassessed value is 406, it's quite a bit difference in my opinion.
Okay. Is that all your questions?
Yeah, for him, those are, unless you want to ask me any question, is,
We will be
yeah,
asking
okay,
you
sure, no
questions.
problem.
Did you have any questions for the assessor?
Yes. You were saying there's an appeal on July 2017, is that correct?
Yes, I believe so.
And what was the nature of that?
So it was for the 2018 roll year, simply showing that the value was affirmed at 378,000, stayed 378,000. Yeah, it just says in a note here, the homeowner did not bring any info in, just saying that the property is worth around 300,000. And that's what triggered the drive-by inspection that I spoke about earlier.
Is it the same owner?
It is the same owner, yes, according to our records. They've been in the house since 2009, or they purchased it for 275,000.
Thank you.
Any questions?
Yes, did you happen to visit it?
No, it's not.
No, sorry, I didn't.
Okay, that's all.
What was the increase for this area, Mr. Cuthbert?
This is part of Market Region 7 again, so 5.82%.
And the previous assessment was, sorry, 378?
378 for 2018-2019 and 366 for 2016-2017.
Okay, and this came before the board?
This came before the board for 2018, I believe, and the value was affirmed at 378.
Okay.
That's my notes.
All right. Do you have MLS listings again?
Only for 1206 Hector Bay West and 1068 Hector Bay East.
Okay. Thank you very much. Sir, if you'd like to give us your presentation.
Yeah, I guess I would like to say, first of all, I think I indicated earlier that it's a duplex. I mean, now I know the price, the difference between a duplex and a bungalow. Definitely it's more attractive for someone to buy a bungalow rather than a duplex when you're trying to sell it. And, number two is, because he said they can't even get 350 for that property. And the other thing is now, there was no renovation done as far as I understand by talking to him. So if there's no renovation was done, I really don't know what is the rationale for increasing the property tax by 7%. And same thing with the services also. I think you even have a picture. Of course, I understand the emergency here in Winnipeg and in Manitoba because of the snowfall. We have no control on that, but I think basically what happened, we expect certain things from the city. Being a citizen of the city, we all pay taxes, because I don't want to go off that track, because I have hundreds of other examples where I have to call 311, tell them exactly what I feel about the service. That's another issue that we have to deal with. But I'm saying to you though, I think that is my understanding, I used to be city engineer myself, that people will not actually tolerate that if we don't provide the service they deserve. Because they will tell us, okay, so we as a citizen, we are paying our property taxes, and we expect from the city provide the services rather than cutting the services, because that's the only thing I can say. That's mentioned about the renovation. Know what was done as far as I can understand by talking to him. No windows, it's old roof, and then also the I guess, mentioned about the parking itself is an issue because the people from the apartment building, they will park on the road. Of course, they probably don't have a parking there. Usually they do have a parking for the apartment, but that's another issue. Then at the same time, for the school also, people park there, which create a lot of problem for the homeowners. It's not only one location I'm aware of, there are other locations I'm aware of where people complain about this lot. Of course, the students, if it's a school, have to park somewhere, same thing with the apartment. I think, as I indicated earlier, that he told me that we are even willing to take 350, you know, because it's quite a bit difference between 408 and 350. And even when I look at the assessment value, 378, which is almost 7% more than the original 2008-2019 assessed value. So that actually concludes my presentation, unless you have any questions. It's unfortunate. I want to thank the chairperson for this, which he tried, because I actually didn't realize that it's going to take us 3 hours to sit here. And it's very unfortunate. I'm pretty sure you are doing your best, but I just wanted to sort of mention to you, I mean, you like it or not, I mean, I just basically have to tell you about that part, that it's unfortunate. You're doing your best. Some of the things I've been listening to these presentations, they are not even relevant to, I guess, the assessment. That's my opinion, of course. I'm not saying that your opinion, but of course you have to get all the information you need from the individual who is actually appealing the taxes. That's all I could say.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Do you have questions, Mr. Carpenter?
I just wanted to clarify, you said the home is a duplex. Do you know, was it constructed as a duplex, or did you convert it in some way?
No, they didn't do it.
Okay. So I'm assuming the second unit is in the basement, and the main unit is on the main floor?
Excuse me, sorry, I just asked him. Basement yeah, I think that's what it is.
Okay.
That's the way it's supposed to work anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, so, do you know if is there a separate entrance into the basement?
Yeah.
Separate entrance in the back of the house, I'm guessing? Okay.
It's back and front.
Okay, and full kitchen in the basement as well?
Kitchen? No, small kitchen is there.
Small kitchen, is there?
They don't use it anyway, so basically it's a small kitchen.
Okay, is there a stove installed down there?
Stove,
Do you know?
yes.
Okay, that's all.
Questions?
What's your relation, does he has an authorization?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you renting the property?
No.
The other suite?
They're my friends, a family friend, so basically I'm trying to help them, basically I'm here, so that's the reason.
Okay, no question.
My question is, what number are you looking for? Do you feel,
But he thinks he can't even get 350, that's what I'm,
350, did you say?
yeah. That's what he feels. He told me actually well in advance this morning.
Okay.
He said he's willing to sell it for 350 if somebody is willing to buy it for 350. Then he's mentioning about on Abbey and Stratford Street corner, it was sold for 247, 227. Of course, I mean, it's probably maybe a little different because corner house and all that traffic and all that. But still, it's quite a bit difference between 350 and 227.
You're done?
That's
No
it.
other questions? Okay. Sir, so is this property is it being rented, the basement?
No.
Okay. But there's a suite down there.
Yeah, but of course, as I mentioned to the assessor, because usually when it's duplex, you will have a full suite in the basement. They call it a basement, but you're going down a few stairs, going up a few stairs, that's it becomes a duplex. Otherwise, it's a bungalow, is totally different, right?
Okay. So has this property been listed?
No.
Okay.
Okay. Excuse me, I just want to
No, that's
check
fine,
with him, you
yeah,
know.
absolutely. So if it hasn't been listed, then this is an assumption then on your part that it's worth $350.
I'm telling you what exactly he told me, like,
Right,
based on
right,
his
right.
statement, you can say, because I've been discussing with him, but I think he's comparing other property nearby, and also he gave the rationale for other things like inconvenience. If some guest comes around, if they don't have enough parking, they can't even park on the street. And same thing, there's a school one side, apartment building on the other side.
Thank you. Leave it with us.
Okay, thank you. Thanks for your time, and I also want to thank you. You tried anyway, it didn't work out, but I appreciate that part.
No problem.
Thank you.
Thank you. Sir? We are at 180 Niagara Street.
Oh, okay, so the other one is not
I
sure?
think she's coming back.
Yeah, so this is for an appointment, she is on her way back, I understand you said that.
Yep, I sent her a message when 4 times started.
You have the option to swear on the Bible to affirm or pardon.
All from the back.
Okay, please state your full name,
Leslie Andrew Hanson.
and do you affirm the evidence you're about to present is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Thank you.
Thank you, and do you have any evidence you'd like to pass along to the board?
No, I didn't.
Oh, thank you. Mr. Kupfer, whenever you're ready.
180 Niagara Street, parcel ID number 120-528-32000. It's in the North River Heights area. One-story single-family dwelling constructed in 1924 with a 1940 effective age. 980 square feet of living area, full basement with some basement finish, a full bathroom as well as a half bathroom, one fireplace, a detached multi-garage, and an assessed lot size of 4,344 square feet. Comparables 1 through 4 are all in the North River Heights area. They are all one-story single-family dwellings constructed between 1925 and 1941. Living area ranging from 922 square feet to 992 square feet. They all have full basements with some basement finish. Bathroom count ranging from one full bath to a full bath with a half bath and shower. Comparables 1, 2, and 4 have air conditioners, while comparable 3 does not. Comparables 2, 3, and 4 have fireplaces, while comparable 1 does not. Comparables 2, 3, and 4 all have detached single garages, while comparable 1 has a detached multi-garage similar to the subject. Assessed lot sizes range from a low of 4,307 square feet to a high of 4,819 square feet. Time adjusted sale prices for the comparables range from a low of 314,900 to a high of 402,500, or a time adjusted sale price per square foot ranging from $328.02 to $436.55. The owner has been in contact, not with me personally, but with the departments. According to my notes, the age variant was added back in 2018 based on foundation work that had been done to the house in 2015. A newer garage was built in 2016, however it was stated by the homeowner that no interior work had been done at that time. The home still had older windows. At that time, the homeowner declined an offer to inspect. And then I'll get confirmation on this, but according to the notes, the homeowner also had a wrap appointment for this year, but I don't think he attended. A member of the department called him. He received a call back, and again, the homeowner declined an offer for inspection. Thank you.
Thank you. Do you have any questions of the assessor?
Yes, I do. You mentioned after our basement work was done that there was a
Effective age.
Effective age, could you explain that to me, please?
The effective age will be adjusted on a house, essentially representing major structural changes that have happened to the house. Foundation work is a big one. If you're redoing your windows, redoing your flooring, new insulation, those types of upgrades and improvements will effectively make the house a newer house because you're adding newer elements to the home. So the effective age is a way of reflecting that.
Okay, because, yeah, we had some foundation issues and we had them partially repaired. And I'm just wondering what the effect is on this effective age.
Okay.
It's not a new foundation. It's still the same old foundation that was there.
Okay. Well, it would have been done by the assessor at the time, Arca, who I believe you spoke with, and talked about the house with, so he would have made that determination at that time.
Yep, yep, and you mentioned some meetings this year that I'm not aware of, and it's quite possible we were contacted for inspection, which we declined. I mean, my advice was I don't have to have somebody in the house to inspect it for tax purposes. I did go to a meeting in November 2018 for initial discussion and received no information. My question to them was, I took a look at the assessments for the neighborhood, which the 30 homes within the immediate vicinity of our home, and saw that the average assessed increase was 6%, and we were 31%. And I asked why. The only response I received was because of our basement work. But I failed to see how fixing a basement that's has sunk and cracked your entire house and putting it back to normal increases the value. I mean, I could see some increase, but it just seemed like the amount of money that we spent on the foundation equaled the increase in value. I don't believe that's true. It appeared to me, I don't know. So. Okay, and then, oh, sorry, I guess this will be just part of my presentation, but that's it. All I have are questions for the assessor. Thank you.
Mr. Beaver?
Do you know the previous assessment on property?
293,000. So the changes that were made, the increase in the effective age, as well as the new garage that was built, those changes were rolled forward essentially into 2020. So that big increase is both the market increase as well as the characteristic changes that we made in our model. We just didn't send the appellant a supplemental tax bill and tax them back to the date of the repairs. We just made the changes effective for 2020. That's why there's such a big jump.
So the garage was built 2016, is that correct?
According to my notes, yeah, completed in 2016.
And they have a variance in 2018. They applied for a permit or something?
No, the permit was reviewed by a member of our staff in 2018. I believe the foundation permit would have been pulled long before that.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm bad with dates. I don't recall. The garage was 2016.
When was the
2017.
foundation done?
I'm not sure exactly when it was done. The note says foundation work done in 2015 and garage completed in 2016. Does that sound about right?
They actually sound a year off. I'm pretty sure foundation was 2016 because we were told to wait a year before doing any additional work on the home. And the garage was finished in the fall, but it might be 2016.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay, no further questions, thank you.
Thank you.
No questions.
Again, do you have MLS listings on the?
Software.
Thank you. So which are you using as your best comp here, Mr. Kemp?
Without knowing what the interior of the house looks like, it's difficult to assign a best comparable. I believe I presented a range here from the low end to the high end of where these 900 to 1,000 square foot bungalows sell for in North River Heights. Anywhere from the low threes up to 400,000, depending on how well renovated they are and how well maintained they are.
And sorry, did you have a permit for the garage?
Yeah, I assume so,
Yes, we
yes.
did.
Must
Oh,
be, yeah.
sorry, I
Sorry.
mean, do you
Oh.
have a copy of the permit?
I don't have a copy of the permits. I can tell you it's a 528 square foot garage, though, double garage.
Okay. Okay, sir, if you'd like to give us your presentation.
Sure, so just on the garage note, so the garage is a 22 by 24 foot garage. It replaced our existing 14 foot by 24 foot garage. So there was some value there, but we needed the extra storage space.
So, sorry, I'll just ask this.
Sure.
It's a two-car, correct?
It's now a two-car
Yeah,
garage.
okay, great, thanks.
Previously oversized single. The foundation work that you mentioned, we couldn't afford to have it all done, so we had about 3/4 of the foundation work done, 1/4 of it remains incomplete. And we have not had any renovations done in the interior since our basement was done, other than we have started now doing some patching and painting of the cracks, as we've been told it's settled enough. So it does remain an older house at this time. It still had knob and tube electrical, lead water pipes, asbestos insulation in the attic, and no significant renovations done on the inside. Though when we did have the basement done and this topic came up again, we did tell the city folks that we talked to that we did plan on doing renovations. However, the cost of those renovations came out in the $250,000 mark, and we weren't willing to invest that much in the house. Looking at the comparables, a couple of these houses are mid-block between Academy and Corydon, very nice location. Some are beside schools. One is right at the end of the schoolyard, so no neighbor on one side. One's across from a school, pretty desirable. We are close to Academy. We have an apartment block overlooking our backyard. We have a bar 3 doors down. We have 7-Eleven and Domo 3 doors down on Academy. And I just believe that those affect the ultimate market value of the home. That's it.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Cuthbert, questions?
No questions.
Okay. Mr. Hebert?
When you had, are you the original owner of this property, or when did you?
We've been there for 23 years now.
23 years. How, do you know how much you spent on the foundation and the garage?
The foundation was $45,000, and that was to have it partially fixed. There's still the northeast corner that we did not have fixed. The garage package was $18,000 plus pad. The final bill came out to $28,000 plus tax, so $30,000 all.
And you're asking that the assessment is a little too high?
I believe so, yes. For both the market and the, what we put into the house. I mean, like, I won't recover the $45,000 I sunk into the foundation. That just corrected an issue we had with it.
Okay, no further question. Thank you.
So what number are you asking for? What do you feel is a?
You know what, I took a look at listings, and of course, it's just asking price. I don't know what selling price is or anything, and looking at the comparables here, and I think we're, you know, anywhere between $320, $340, so $330 is around the middle.
Thank you.
So, sir, is your house located between Academy and Crescent?
No.
Or you're on the other side?
Academy and Kingswood, yeah.
Okay. So you're right beside that apartment building on the east side?
One door over.
One door.
Yeah. Which, another common story is immediately on either side of us, we have a larger 3-bedroom home that's assessed at 308. And a much larger 2-story home, 1,500 plus square feet, that's assessed at $6,000 more than ourselves, 389 instead of this 383. So seems like a bit of a difference.
I know. You understand that we don't look at assessments.
Yes.
Like we
No,
as the
yeah,
board.
sorry.
Yeah.
No, it's all our
So, sorry, you mentioned that, so your basement was 45 and you didn't complete the work?
No, there's, they wanted 60,000 plus to do the whole thing, so we talked with the engineer and the construction company on what was the best to. The immediate problem was the southwest corner that had sunk by the fireplace, and so we had that piled and lifted up as much as possible.
Okay. And you haven't done anything, you said you moved in 23 years ago?
Yes.
Yeah. You haven't done the kitchen or your bathrooms or?
The kitchen has new covered faces, the bathroom is still the same, still a broken tile floor in the old tub.
Is it original?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, so the kitchen is just you just put in cabinet facing?
Yeah, but the exact same format, like the base cabinets didn't change, they're all still in the same places there, so.
Okay. That's all my questions.
All right,
Thank you for
thank you.
coming. Thank you for waiting.
Thank you for following through.
Yeah.
Actually,
That'd be great.
Yep.
Yeah, okay, 123 Waterloo, which I just have to locate. This has I believe, a recommendation, Mr.
It does, yeah. So 123 Waterloo, I personally inspected the property about 2 weeks ago with the homeowner. I can tell you it's a fairly unique property, being that it's an infill house built in 2000, which is pretty unique for the area. Since 2000, very little has been done to improve the home. It's still largely original back to 2000, including the kitchen, the bathrooms, the flooring, the windows, the doors. Not a lot has been done since. The best comparable from the list here that you'll see is 120 Waterloo, given the proximity and the size of the home. It's worth noting that it was purchased well above the assessed value and above what I would say the market value of the home was by an affluent individual, we'll call it, paid upwards of $2 million for the property.
Sorry, this is 120?
This is 120, yeah,
Okay.
which I'd say is the closest comparable, but I'd like to point out that I think the owner probably overpaid for it a little bit at that $2 million range. Comparable 2 is also in the Wellington Crescent area, also a 2-story. This one's a little bit closer, given that it was constructed in 1989, so it's closer to being an infill house, similar to the subject. 3,646 square feet living area, also has the full basement, similar to the subject. 1 extra bathroom, also has central air, has multiple fireplaces, an attached multi-garage, and a slightly smaller lot, 9,458 square feet. The other properties are comparables 3 and 4 in Old Tuxedo. Comparable, yeah, they're both infill properties again. Comparable 4 is quite a bit larger than the subject properties, and I won't take you through that one, but comparable 3 on Chataway. Again, a 2-story built in 2015, 3,189 square feet, full basement with basement finish, 3 full baths, 1 half with the shower, central air conditioning, 1 fireplace, and the attached multi-garage, similar to the subject. 8,187 square feet, makes the lot about 50% smaller. Time adjusted sale prices, you'll notice we have quite a range, all the way down to to $1,021,900, all the way up to $2,115,600 for comparable one there. Or a time adjusted sale price per square foot ranging from $280.28 all the way up to $620.05 for the comparable at 120 Waterloo Street. I don't think we were able to locate a good comparable, something that I would call an apples and apples comparison for this home. After having done the inspection, after having spoken to my supervisor, we actually offered the appellant to sign a 15.1 revision by agreement at $1.45 million. The owner hesitated a little bit, wanted some more time to think about it, and then contacted me kind of at the last minute to say, yes, I agree with the $1.45 million, and I will be able to attend the hearing.
1.4.
So $1,450,000.
Correct.
Okay. And I'm sorry, that was based on the condition of the home?
Based on the dated condition of the home, yeah, back to about 2000.
Are we talking about number one?
No, this is number 2, I think 2. The one that,
123.
What did we do with number one?
oh, no. We're just
We're
doing
on-
it now.
Oh, I see.
Okay.
We're on
Nathan
this
has a recommendation to the owner, so.
Yes.
How much was the recommendation?
$1,450,000.
Okay.
Okay, thank you very much. Sorry, panel, did you have any questions in regards to the recommendation?
So you confirm to the owner that she accepted it?
Yes, she wanted more time to think about it originally. I don't think she was particularly happy with it, but then she emailed me and phoned me and said, yes, I agree with your recommendation. I won't be able to attend the hearing, so please make that recommendation for me.
Okay.
And you've got obviously the copy of the email.
I do, oh yes, yeah.
Thank you.
And what about these?
So these ones weren't adjourned, there are no appearances, so we do have to go over the roll number and the address for the record.
Okay. So we're gonna go to 527 Laidlaw. Which is about halfway down.
Item number 10. Item number 10, and then there'll be 11 after that.
Number 10?
Yes, there's a big X on your page, so you'll see it.
That's fine.
It's okay, I'm using this.
There it is.
Those are the 2 adjournments.
Yeah.
They're not. So 527 Laidlaw. You can read everything out first, Mr. Kupfer.
Parcel ID number 10003463300, 527 Laidlaw Boulevard. It's in the Tuxedo neighborhood. It's a 4-level split, single-family dwelling constructed in 1966. It's 3,349 square feet of living area, a full part area basement with basement finish, 1 full bathroom, 3 half bathrooms with 2 showers, 1 central air conditioning, 1 fireplace, an attached multi-garage, an assessed lot size of 11,992 square feet. The 2020 assessment for the subject property is currently set at $729,000 or $217.68.
Thank you. We will go on to 507 Hudson Street. Whenever you're ready, Mr. Cutler.
Parcel ID number 030659390000, 507 Hudson Street in the Maybank neighborhood area. is a bi-level, single-family dwelling constructed in 2014, 1,047 square feet of living area, full basement with no basement finish, 1 full bathroom and 1 half bathroom, central air conditioning, a detached multi-garage, an assessed lot size of 5,624 square feet with a rail line influence, and a 2020 assessed value of $351,000, or an assessed value per square foot of $335.24.
Thank you very much. And that concludes our hearing